There is no more powerful destructive force in the universe than love. It is an insidious kind of intoxication that drives otherwise sensible people to acts of madness. How else could you explain a hired killer making the choice to walk away from a profession notorious for the phrase, "the only way out is 6 feet under"? Love. Sweet suicide.
Okay, so let's start. Go ahead and give me the 3 up. Jen, you're not involved quite yet, but let's have you there because it's always great to have you on screen because you're amazing. I do want to know, before I really get started, before we introduce anybody, Whip, how do you picture Percival? Like, what kind of personality do you picture the AI uses?
I imagine so. Because Whip has the gremlin aura that makes technology malfunction, I think Percival is working very hard constantly for like diagnostics and stuff. So I think Percival is very exasperated that he has to work.
And maybe stutters a little to get past the aura.
Yeah, it's like it's that kind of thing where like your boss doesn't know what he's talking about and you're the genius at it, but he's the boss.
What kind of like accent or voice?
I would say probably stereotypical IT person would be what I am imagining.
Man, that's racist, buddy.
I know. Listen, I worked at Best Buy. I understand. I'm that person.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so we've just played Throw Barrett Under the Bus. Barrett will be playing your AI today.
Oh, okay. Hi,
so
Barrett.
He's actually here to play your eyeball.
Okay, great. Yeah.
No, robot's not showing up.
Robot blends into the green screen.
It does. Oh, there's no green screen.
You really turn that off in Zoom. All right, so we are going to begin in a small office. It's a small, dusky office that is a place chosen in the ruins of the apocalypse for having maintained its close, smoky backroom feel, despite everything around it basically having been devastated. This is an office of something called the Network. The Network hires people for various jobs. So both Whip and Torg are there. Torg, to place you in time, this is after you adventured with Tiber Fane, but before you went into the desert and met the cult.
Oh, okay.
So it's about 6 months ago.
Okay.
So since we've established that Torg does some jobs between, what D&D would call between time, this is one of those jobs. Because we've also, it turns out that from time to time, Torg spends money in strange places, like picking up like strays that want to be their girlfriend, but are just kind of a little psycho, but making a fun for that poor kid. Like Torg has interesting money needs from time to time. So I think Torg does jobs like this.
Oh, Mike, can I ask you a question real quick that just occurred to me? This goes for Torg and now Percival too. I want to get character pronouns correct. Whip, is he, him? So what are y'all's?
So Torg is Torg. Torg is Torg. Torg also go by they. Torg also go by she. Torg also go by he. Torg, very binary Torg.
Okay.
And Torg usually just refer to Torg as Torg.
Got it. Okay, great.
We've taken to doing that too. We tend to just, the pronoun for Torg ends up being Torg.
Torg, got it.
It's a little smurfy, but it works.
It makes sense, yeah.
And Barrett, what does Percival prefer, or does
he, him?
He, him? Okay. So I was going to start with the guy behind the table actually has 2 mouths side by side. He's smoking alternately out of both of them. And when he smokes with one, he'll puff out the smoke. So he will inhale with one, exhale with the other. He's got a little visor, almost like a gambler's dealer visor. And let's start with Torg. Can I get a physical description, please?
Yes. Torg is over 7 feet tall. Torg has long, gorgeous, naturally in our Nuked land, a natural rainbow braid. So Torg do not have to go and search for lots of hair dye. Torg naturally multifaceted and beautiful. Torg also have a see-through lip and see-through eyes from time to time, depending on Torg atmosphere. Torg is very, very, very large and strong and beastly, but has super tiny ears. So very, very tall and strong, and kind of like a triangle. So skinny legs, big strong torso, tiny, tiny ears, green, lustrous skin. And you just said physically, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So when Torg came in, Whip, Torg was carrying a cinder block on a stick. Judging by the fact there's a bunch of chunks out of it, and there's been like that aluminum, it's not a tape, it's like stripping for walking down planks. They put around to strengthen it, and there's blood spatters. You think that ridiculous thing is a weapon. So let's, what does Mr. Crackshot look like?
It's pretty much like polar opposite to Torg in a lot of he's actually like shorter than average. I would say I'd probably put him about like maybe 5'6", 5'7", but like stocky. Like if a little wiry dude, you know what I mean? So he's like well built, strong, but little, and I would say kind of on edge. That not in a way that he's like jumpy in any way, but physically kind of tense a lot of the time and like held ready. I would say is a ready is just a good descriptive word for Whip in general. It's kind of how he got the nickname Whip. Is just like ready to crack is the idea at any time. And he's compact, but intimidating in his own way. And I would say, even though his clothes are maybe a little rough from wandering the waist and everything, he has a wonderful haircut and very well trimmed beard, much like myself. And also, it's hard to miss the cybernetic eye implants. It's not like a super clean job. It looks like it was kind of grafted / welded to his skin, like maybe it wasn't done by the most reputable.
I'm gonna need you to hold still because this will hurt.
Yeah, indeed. And the eyes are two different colors, so it's possible they weren't even like
not even the same model. Yeah,
not even like a matching set.
Yeah. I think most of the vision stuff is in one, and the AI is probably resident.
Yeah, definitely. And maybe, just maybe, he might not be their original owner. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, maybe. Percival, when you speak, only Travis's character will hear you.
Mm-hmm.
So feel free to be as intrusive or not as you feel there should be, having been thrown under the bus. Did you see the relatively excellent Stargirl series?
I didn't make it through the first episode because of all the bad.
It honestly gets better and better.
It better.
So the character, there's a set of goggles that was going to be the shorthand for what the eyes can do. So you don't, because you couldn't sit through it, you don't get that piece of information. But you've got some basic database stuff and some analytic stuff and some. When in doubt, if we're not sure, I'll have you roll some dice to see if you can do it. But that's your primary utility. And Whip, you don't have to speak totally out loud, but it's not a psychic connection. It's not neurological. So you have to at least sub-vocalize.
I think, while that's great, and I'll try to remember that, I think Whip in general forgets that a lot.
Oh, for sure.
And often looks a little bit bonkers, just like speaking out loud in public. You're like, what? And it's like, oh, I'm talking to my eye.
Yeah, like you've probably practiced at it because it's been important sometimes.
Yeah.
But I can see him just like, fuck it.
This is a voice from the ether. This is probably why Whip and Torg get along, because Torg has a tendency to just narrate Torg's intentions like as they're walking around.
Yes.
So the person behind the desk stubs out both cigars. So they sent me Fafod and the Grey Mauser. Okay, I can work with that. I got a job, quick job. I need it bloody and clean. Is that okay with you?
I'm sorry.
Torg,
Bloody and clean?
Well, if you make a mess, all I meant by clean is, don't leave any witnesses. Make sure he's dead. I don't mean clean in a Marie Kondo sense.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's not your thing. And believe me, it's not Torg's either. Torg, you tend to go splat, right? I think we've lost Jen. Either that or
Yeah.
Torg. Okay. So I understand.
Freeze on though.
So I understand.
Someone please capture this. It's amazing.
Well, and I was thrown because
portrait of
sometimes she plays
Torg.
Torg as losing track of the conversation, and we'll do that. So because I'm not sure.
Percival, feels like my vision keeps freezing up.
Oh God, it does. It just does. Okay. I mean, I'm working on it.
Okay. You're embarrassing me here. You know that, right?
I'm so sorry. I'll get it. I'll get it up and running. Here we go. Okay. In 3, 2, 1, and you're in.
All right. Thanks, champ.
Because I'm not sure when your eye flipped out on you. I was telling you that the job I have involves taking care of a scumbag that's selling addictive substances to settlements, and some of the people get hooked are kids. I'm wondering if that was okay by you.
Oh yeah, that most definitely fits in my moral code for killing. I mean,
that good for you, Torg?
Oh, that always good for Torg. You know that Torg love bloody, but also prefer bloody to be clean and moral in blood purpose. Torg very excited to
honestly,
bludgeon some child killers.
Your Jiminy Crickets are your own. I couldn't give less of a shit. But as long as you're happy and you'll take the job, I'm happy. And he passes a little piece of paper to each of you with a number on it. And as I've explained, which Travis never heard, we're not actually in this stream worried about the exact numbers because we don't want to track the economy. Let's just say the number, if we're doing this cinematically, the number on the paper is very good. I'm not going to assign that actual number because you'd have to know how much money you had and what it meant.
The paper just says a lot.
Yeah. It's not enough to be like, oh my God, but it's like, it's a good pay.
Huh.
So it's even better than that. The stuff that's being sold, it's some kind of meal bar thing. If you can get them and bring them back, the employer wants to take them out of circulation. So we'll give you a kick of 10 volts per bar.
And they're going out of circulation, right? Not like entering a different circulation, right?
As far as I know,
good question.
As far as I know, and again, I don't keep the names of these people that come through the network. It's safer if I don't know. But I've been told it's a dead end procedure. So you give it, you sell it here, it doesn't go anywhere else.
Can I roll insight?
You can.
Check that. Hey, Percival.
What?
This kind of sotto voce. You know what I mean? Is he lying? Yeah,
So go ahead and give yourself an extra die because Percival will be helping you. Percival, you can give him a readout of like, body temperature and breath rate and that kind of thing. So go ahead and use the die thing and drop.
Roll. Did it come up?
I don't see anything move.
Oh no. I did. Look. Oh no. I promise it's very good. I got 2 6s, 2 5s, a 3, and a 4.
I can see it. I can see it.
Huh. So the best you're going to get because you're reading him is he believes he is telling the truth.
Okay. All right. You seem on the level. What's like next steps here? You know what I mean?
Well, he's about a day and a half at a bar called the Thirsty Stallion. He runs a biker gang called the Hell's Hellions.
Oh.
He shouldn't be hard to find. Yeah, no, I think they want you to go, but really Hell's Hellions is one of the least creative names for one of those things I've maybe ever heard.
No,
like it's memorable, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, but like kind of in a silly way, right?
Well, I mean, marketing.
That's fair. It definitely, you could do like a big H that's like an H for both of them at the same time. And sorry, I was more kind of reacting to the gang part.
He's going to have some backup. My understanding is, he's gonna resist. He's a rolled up. We wouldn't call you in if he wasn't any kind of a badass. We wouldn't need you.
All right.
I also made sure you had any points to Torg. I made sure you had backup.
Torg always good backup. Torg here to protect. But also Torg, no, you don't need protect. Torg, see, you badass. So Torg, very excited to join fellow badass.
All right, Torg. I actually feel very validated by that. So that does make me feel good. Thank you.
We're going to do a Star Wars style moving wipe. And the other half of the wipe is outside of a cheap biker dive bar looking place that's got a very Pee-wee's Big Adventure line of motorcycles up front. And it looks like what somebody did was take the original neon sign, which obviously doesn't work anymore, and they painted the neon. So it's a super janky version of something that was janky to begin with. So the two of you are approaching. It's early evening. The sky is a little bit pinkish, which might mean the air is not completely safe to breathe. So you probably have masks on. But it's a pretty common kind of thing. It's pretty busy in there. You hear the sound of people drinking and living it up.
So, Torg, any thoughts on kind of how you want to do this?
Well, Torg feel like best way is for us to try to blend in, seeing as we both already look pretty darn tough. Torg feel like we should try to not stand out as being soft and just stick to toughness and see what we can gather intel-wise.
So kind of like, find the toughest person in there and kind of stare him down. You know what I mean?
Torg think that great idea. Although, Torg also feel like we should maybe start by getting drink and challenging toughest person to drinking contest to get everyone on our side.
Okay, works for me. Do you want to take lead on that, and I'll kind of hang back and keep an eye on who reacts?
Torg think that perfect plan. See, Torg knew Torg like you from beginning. Torg tell you very smart.
Okay, Torg, you're really winning me over. I'm not gonna lie.
They seem very nice.
Yeah.
So the
Torg
name on
like
the
to
list,
be friends with all. Well, all good people anyway.
most. So the name on the slip of paper of the target was Mort Knox. So that's really all you have. You weren't given much of a description past that, just the name, the gang, and the location. So you head in, Torg in front. There's this thing. I spent less time than I've liked to in Japan, and I went with a history professor friend of mine who is a little shorter than I am and a little broader, and we're both 6 foot plus. So when we walked, being these two, I'm mispronouncing it, I'm sure, but gaijin, the foreigners, we walked the streets and people would literally part for us. I'm sure Torg has a similar effect. Like when Torg enters the room, Whip, you might as well be invisible. Like, is the most natural distraction just by existing.
Yeah.
So walks into the bar, and the first thing you notice is, you know how when you walk into a modern Red Lobster, the blue hairs,
Mike.
The blue hairs outnumber those who do not have the blue hair.
Uh-huh.
And your immediate thought is, is this Escape from LA? There's a feel like that, where you look around the room, and there are a bunch of people that are in they're not currently made, so these are like old jackets. And they have the Hell's Hellions across the back, but and many of them are embroidered on patches that were then attached to the jacket. All of the people wearing those jackets are at least 60. So there are other people in the bar. Not everybody's wearing leathers. Not everybody's wearing colors. But everyone you see with that jacket is not young.
Hey, real quick, remind me again what name of person Torg look for?
Mort Knox.
Mort Knox.
Like
Mort. I
Fort
remembered
Knox,
Mort.
but Mort. I get it, Mike. Oh,
And Mort's also death. See? Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. I have one question, and Whip looks for this whenever he heads into a bar.
Yeah.
Is there darts or pool? Or both?
Darts, pool, and glass ashtrays.
Perfect. Thank you. Yes. Excellent.
And I would assume that Percival, you're doing the lighted up with graphics from 1989.
Yeah.
And it's doing this, the RoboCop. Like there's a dart and it gets a little surround. Okay. So Torg, the strongest looking person in the room, is a guy that's not wearing the colors. He is wearing leather though. And he's sitting by himself and he's actually ordered an entire pitcher and is drinking from the pitcher.
So Torg confidently walks through the parted bar as they naturally part to let Torg walk through, Torg and Whip. Torg goes right up to the bar, slaps their hand down and says, Torg, me Torg would love pitcher, beer, glass, like strong gentlemen over there. Torg would like same thing, please.
I have like an IPA. Would you like an IPA? Something crisp. It's got a little bit of an apple-y note to it.
Torg want to know if you have anything other than IPA.
Like anything else.
Well,
yes, agreed, Whip.
I have like a pumpkin IPA.
Oh, so all you have.
Hey, Nancy, do we have something that's not an IPA?
I'll take a cider, honestly.
And she's got a little bottle of Pruno that she sets on the table. If you're looking to get fucked up, you want this. You don't want a goddamn IPA.
What about bourbon?
Oh, you have actual money. We don't usually get that kind of money around here, but yeah, we got a little. He reaches under the counter, pulls out a third full bottle of bourbon.
Ah, see, Torg know that not enough for Torg, so Torg will take the Pruno. However, as many of those as you have, and then pour that into a pitcher-sized jug for Torg, and then my friend Whip here can have the good. What do you call it again?
Bourbon.
It's an IPA. Bourbon. You don't want the IPA.
No.
No IPA.
So he pours 3 little bottles of Pruno into. You basically get like a keg of Pruno. There you go. If you weren't like you, I'd warn against drinking all this. I think you'll be fine.
Oh, Torg be fine. Torg drink this for breakfast.
Hey, Percival.
Yeah.
Is this actually bourbon? I've been burned before.
Give me a 4-die roll.
Okay.
Me or Barrett?
Barrett.
I'm betting there's a lot of kind of bathtub booze.
That's a success. So one of them does, again, in the 80s, I just rewatched Alien. We thought the data readouts were just lines of numbers.
Yeah.
Would go past the screen, and that was somehow data. So that happens in your left eye. No.
Also, while Torg hears, right after Torg hears Whip say that, Torg turns to Whip and go, Torg name Torg. Although Percival, very interesting. Torg may think of renaming Fist, Purse, and Vial after next person they plummet. Like the suggestion. Very much like the suggestion.
Sorry for the confusion. No, Percival lives in my eyes.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
I say hello.
Thank you for clearing that up.
The man that lives in my eyes says hello.
Yes, it's Bourbon. So it's faux bourbon. It's not something to give it caramelization. It's bathtub nonsense.
I mean, you're gonna get drunk if you drink it, but you're not gonna think it's bourbon.
Am I gonna die?
No, you just won't.
Yeah, you know how sometimes people drink and they go smooth.
Yeah,
you have no urge to do that. Yeah. All right, so the bar is taking notice of you. Little knots of the older folks are getting together to talk about you in whispers. The big guy looks over at Torg once, kind of just nods and goes back to his beer. There is a jukebox that doesn't work. Occasionally somebody goes up and just looks through what's listed.
Excuse me, barkeep.
Yes?
I'm looking for a friend of mine. A guy named Mort. You seen old Mort?
So you don't need to make an inside check. You see that he changes from dude who's trying to sell his shitty IPA to dude that knows there's business happening and wants to not be involved. So he, I make it a point to not really listen to the names of my customers. I'm here for your drink needs, but
what's on the counter? Is there any like peanuts? You said there were ashtrays. Are there ashtrays on the counter?
There's also a the grater to get the like zest. There's a zest.
Oh, a
Okay.
zester.
Yeah. I would like to throw the zester at the dartboard.
No roll required. So the main thing about the rules is only use the rules is to determine the outcome of an action, which the result is uncertain. That is not true here. So can you describe the deftness with which the throw is carried out?
At the speed at which he does it, it appears that his head turns after the throw is made. But it's more like he just kind of picks it up and twirls it a little bit and then turns. And it kind of zooms between like 3 tables of people talking the bullseye.
So the camera would follow it as it goes between
Yeah.
the people. Yeah. So it lands with a
Yeah.
He immediately says, back room.
Fine zester you got right there. Very aerodynamic.
Back room. Just stay to your left. The bathroom's on the right should you need.
Thank you. And thank you for this shitty drink. And Whip pays. Whip pays for the drink. That's important to Whip.
He mutters thank you and puts
And
it back
tips.
into the
Whip
bar.
tips. That's important too.
It also makes it good like a motto, Whip
Yeah.
tips.
Whip tips.
So the both
Whip
of you
tips.
head back.
Yes.
As you're heading back, the big guy gets up.
Hey, 250-pound man on your left.
Nope. Didn't need 7 other guys for that one.
Well, I'm trying to help, man.
Torg immediately turns around and lifts up the drink, the twinsy drink that they ordered to match the big man. Torg turns around and just goes, Torg, you me, twinsies, and like cheers him immediately, and then chugs the rest of the drink in front of him and sees how the big guy reacts.
So despite your size, I don't know what Jen knows about Pruno. This Pruno is a very potent beverage, and you've just drunk about 250 ounces of it. I'm going to need an endurance save, please.
Okay.
Although I'm kind of hoping you fail because drunk Torg would be the best.
Yes, indeed. Oh, wrong tab. There it is. All right. Okay. Come here, dice thing. Open up. Come back. Okay. Nope. Wrong. Oh, wait, that's an exclamation point. Crud. Sorry, I thought I knew how to do this. There we go. Oh, wait.
No, wait.
No, not
It's
one.
wrong for me.
That's wrong. How do I? Shoot.
Oh, I see.
What's your
Never mind. I remembered now. Sorry.
It's fine.
Barrett showed this to me earlier, and I was like, yeah, I get it. And then probably forgot.
So what you got?
So then, wait, what do I press to make it go?
The little die?
Yes. Ha-ha! 5, 1, 4, 6, 2, 4.
So there was a 6, which means it's a success. So despite the fact that you just drank enough to kill a moose, other than maybe like feeling a little sweaty and maybe a burp, it has no effect, which is heroic to be sure. He seems very impressed, but obviously doesn't feel the need to finish it, so just kind of sets it down. Hey, good to meet you. I'm Paulie. I'm the social director for the gentleman whose office is the direction you were going. You and Robin Hood there were going.
Oh, social director. You mean party thrower. Torg love party thrower.
More like bouncer, but whatever does the job.
Is it possible, Mike, that while this is going on, he might be very distracted and Whip can continue on his way?
Give me, Torg, give me a persuade, please. Given the magnitude of Torg existing, there's certainly a chance. I imagine Torg is a gravity well of attention.
You said persuade, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not intimidating him. You're like just talking to him.
Right. Or intimidate or persuade, because those are two very different for me.
Persuade. You're not intimidating him. You have to threaten him to intimidate,
Okay,
or at least a little more like, like you get it.
Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. Torg persuade, not so great.
It's possible.
Ah, 5 and a 1.
5 is partial. I'll give you
Yeah.
a partial, considering the approach was appropriate. So yeah, Whip, you can definitely slip back. The barkeeper will notice, but he's going to keep his mouth shut because you've already intimidated him. So let's keep with you for a minute. We'll go back to Torg. So you go in the back. There's no secondary defense back there. There's just the door on the left, there's a door on the right, and there's a door at the end of the hall.
So we'll get left, right, back. I'm gonna go check the left door first.
Okay, make a notice check for me.
Okay. My notice is 6. I'm pretty good at noticing stuff. 66. Well, I'm not that good at games.
So make a awareness check.
Okay. My awareness is not bad either. Well, okay.
So you, as you're midway down the hall, you miss something which is very uncharacteristic. You hear like a little electrical noise. You turn back and you notice there was a camera. The camera, however, is sparking, and it's on a little motorized gimbal, and it's just making lazy circles.
You said it's sparking?
Yep.
Hey.
For the audience, because they're not aware of what Travis and I both know, Whip has a mutation called Gremlin, and technological things tend to go wrong in his presence, and apparently that has happened to the camera.
Okay.
Convenient.
Okay. I should keep an eye out for more cameras, right, Percival?
Yeah, it seems like that one you didn't notice. So
Let me rephrase. You should keep an eye out. You should keep an eye out for more cameras, huh, Percival?
Scanning.
Thank you.
I can't do much unless you look at the thing, though.
You could tell me to look.
I can't. Well, how am I supposed to tell you to look where I don't know where it is?
You could say, hey, you haven't looked over there yet, and I'll look over there. Come on, that's basic stuff.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do it.
Okay.
Torg, he says to you, so I'm not one of these people, but I've been hired to keep him when he wants to be alone, when he's got business to do. It's my job to make sure he can be alone. You understand, right?
Oh, Torg totally understand. However, we have business that's very important that definitely require him to hang out with us. I promise. We bring nothing terrible. We're not going to do anything to hurt alone time. We can just be alone together.
So I'm hoping the way this ends is you and I get to throw fists, because I'm real curious how that would go.
Why would you want to throw fists with Torg?
Well, because my job is to keep you out of there, and you seem like you really want to go. Okay, he went in. Meanwhile, Whip, you're at the door on the left, and you hear conversation.
So Whip is going to, he has kind of on his arm a strap of kind of little knitting needles.
Okay.
He's just gonna like have one of those like between his thumb and forefinger, and he's gonna kind of like push the door open with that as quietly as he can.
Okay. There is, and I will apologize for this partially because Travis is not the one to stream. You're about to open the door on a very tropey gendered scene.
Okay.
There is within the traditional biker babes. So the people that, and usually we bring these things in Nuked, they tend to be wrong somehow. You see, so the people that would ride with the guys out front are here, and they're counting money, and money in this environment is batteries. So they're sorting it by volt. They have little trays. You see along one wall, there's a couple of tables, and there's a stack of boxes, and they are wrapped up. But you see the end of the labeling on one, and it says "sexy thin meal bars."
Okay.
So there's a big guy, and he's not as old as most of the crew, but he's still mid-50s, looking like a lead in like a Viking cable show kind of a dude. Lots of tattoos, kind of this kind of beard. And
you can just say he looks exactly like you, Mike. That's fine. I get it.
I think a little more muscular. Somebody that occasionally does something other than write games. But take care of business a little better than I can these days. And he's got a little book, and he's keeping track of the money coming in. Look, you've seen this scene dozens of times.
Have I been noticed?
I mean, we almost go to Robert Downey Jr. like Sherlock slow-mo from the moment we open the door. So no, but gradually we get the slow motion look over your direction because it's going to be very obvious, right?
Yeah, the door is opening. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and I don't want to kick it off just yet, but it kind of seems like that's where it's going, huh?
So you see a couple of the women are reaching for shotguns.
Okay, yeah, then I'm going to kick it off. Then I'm going to go first for the big guy, I think, with the needle.
Okay, give me a hurl throw, please.
Okay, and that for me, my hurl and throw is 7. I'm good at it.
Yikes.
7d6. Well, not that good at it.
Holy shit.
Noisy.
All right, I'm gonna need you to roll a d6 for me, just one.
Okay, there was nothing there, folks. All the dice came up blanks.
Yeah, they can see that. That should be in the. Oh my god,
it's amazing.
Is the first time this has happened, and you're glad there's no witnesses. The knitting needle goes over the guy's shoulder and kills one of the women going for the shotgun.
And let that be a lesson to you.
Well, why did you do that?
Meanwhile, outside, you hear, ah! Roll your speed dice, please.
Wait, me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, me. Oh, okay. Sorry. You just said you, so I wasn't sure who you was.
In this case, and this is not English law, the use of you will change. In this case, I meant Jen.
Cool, sweet. Yes. You said to
roll your speed dice, please.
Okay. All right, cool. That is gosh darn it. Why do I can never find the thing I want? There it is. Gosh darn it. Okay, sorry. All right. We good now. Let's see. Oh, I mean, partial. A 5.
So so that's not how this one works. You need to total the dice, but on the bottom of the window, it should give you a total.
17.
Thank you. So that is one lower than his 18. So he is actually going to get to attack you.
Sorry, Torg.
So he smiles because he already admitted he was hoping to throw down. He's not full weapon. He's going to punch you. He hits you. And he also has Hammerhand. Hammerhand is a feat that raises your unarmed damage. I know your defense, but that's going to be 2, 4. You're going to take 6 hits. 6 hits also gives you an injury. So go ahead and assign that. Roll a d6 and assign that to that track. So it's clear to anyone in the room that was a strong enough hit to rattle Torg and cause an injury. So Torg probably moves back a little. If you want, you can actually get a little bit of like Bruce Lee blood to indicate, this is a worthy opponent. And how do you respond to his? I mean, are you assuming it's a lucky shot, or you see him as a worthy foe?
Torg laughs and goes, ha ha ha, and then licks their tongue up and licks the blood that's trickling out of their nose into their mouth, and then says, Torg give you that one. However, Torg have a feeling you not be able to do that again. Torg also feels so confident you not be able to do that again. Torg will let you swing again, however, only if you chug the rest of your drink first.
He mutters, "What the fuck?" Picks up the pitcher and clocks you with it. He gets more successes than he needed.
God damn it.
It cracks over your head. He gets no crits, though, but he gets 6 more hits. So that's another injury. So roll the location of that one. So as long as you don't re-roll where there's already that location, you're not wounded.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So how'd you do? Did you get wounded, or is it just another injury?
It's just another injury.
Okay, so he rang your bells a little bit, but you're still at positive hit points. You've got 2 injuries and no wounds, so you're okay. Do you fight back?
Oh yeah.
I like the reaction.
Oh yeah. Torg immediately after getting that, Torg stays down and then gets back up and puts a big smile on their face, but it's like the most terrifying smile you've ever seen.
Give me an intimidate roll, please.
Okay. If I remember correctly.
Oh.
Yes. Haha, 2 6s.
Okay, so that will he actually puts his hands back like this. Because you can kind of see in him being an experienced combatant, he's probably doing the calculus of those 2 hits would have wiped out almost anyone else. And they're grinning at me. Meanwhile, the other one with the shotgun is going to level it at you. The Mort gets up and pulls out a big knife.
Is this back on me?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh man, you killed that lady.
She had a shotgun, Percival. She's not like a deaconess. Come on, man.
This seems like a lot.
So is it kind of like I have a chance to react, or like?
Oh yeah, we're not at the beginning of rounds. The initiative is based on narrative, and then once we're actually fully in it, we start rolling initiative. So at this point, I just want to know how you react.
I close the door.
So your reaction to that is just reach behind, and so it's business time.
No, it's the other way. So I looked in through the thing, see that, and I just in front of me for a second. I have to like step to the side. It's the shotgun. The gun doesn't do well.
So I think that is literally going to have to be close the door, step to the side, and you're going to be rewarded with the expected splintering door.
Yeah, right.
As the shotgun blast goes off.
Yes.
So again, we're not really.
Now that there's a hole in the door, I'm going to throw another needle through it.
All right. So the kind of point of view would shift to you looking in the hall, and you see the woman with the shotgun, and she's reloading. So
I'm aiming for her. Can I aim for her shoulder?
You absolutely can.
Then that is what I'm going to do.
So throw a knitting needle through a hole in the door, 25 feet into her shoulder.
Correct. 76. Yeah. So I got a 6 and a bunch of 5s and 3s.
So that's going to be a hit. So you're going to roll your straight damage, which is the 3 dice.
Is it 3d6? Yeah.
Yep. And her armor is only 2. So anything that scores a 2 or higher will score 2 points.
Oh my God, 2.
Wow. So you score 2 hits on her. She unfortunately has more than 2 hits. So her reaction, instead of being a very spectacular John Wick blowback, is more like, hey, what the hell?
But it's going to really hurt to raise that shotgun to her shoulder.
It will. She's going to have to go offhand if she does it at all. From your perspective, though, you don't see Knox.
Oh, like he's gone, or I just can't see him.
Or his step to the side or something. You just can't see him from that angle.
I'm gonna kick the door open then.
Okay. Roll a d6, just 1.
Oh, so close to a 5. Teetered.
So roll your strength in damage.
My strength?
Yeah, that might not be in your summary. No, it is. Your strength.
Strength. Okay. I got 5.
Okay. For that, again, you're rolling against the defense, and that ends up being that. So the door goes open, you kick it, and you hear from the other side of the door, "Damn it!" So what's your next action? The woman's almost reloaded. She's got the shotgun in the offhand.
Percival, I didn't know he was behind the door, but I'm gonna make it look like I did. That's what you get. Now knife and gun down.
Intimidate roll, please.
I think it's fine. Yeah.
Oh!
4 6s.
Okay. So, insight check.
I do an insight check?
Yes, please.
Okay, great. That is, I'm very insightful too. Okay.
So, she sets the gun on the table and makes eyes at you.
Like goo eyes?
Yeah, she clearly, something about your whirlwind of destruction and your commanding tone, she's no longer into Knox and is kind of wondering what your deal is. Knox, however, steps around the door and tries to knife you.
Okay.
He hits you, and he's got a big old, you call it a knife. You take 4 hits, which is not enough to take an injury, so it's just 4 points, and you've got like 30, so you're fine.
I'm fine.
You can, so we're just going to alternate at this point.
I attempt to react to it in an intimidating way, to take the hit and like not flinch.
Oh, okay. Given that you got 3 in the last roll, 4 even.
Okay, yeah.
We're not going to have you reroll.
Okay.
He will leave the knife in. Since you just stood there and took it, he's going to do this and then kind of even do that a little. So you'll probably end up taking an injury to do the move. So that's fine. And he just kind of does this and steps back.
Is it my turn again?
It is.
I'm going to pull the knife out and stab it into him.
Okay, give me a melee brawl.
Give you a what?
Melee brawl, and you'll get an extra 2 dice because he's not expecting that. That's a lot of dice. Okay, so roll 3 dice damage. Nah, don't even bother rolling the dice. I like that, and given what you are, given the nature of the scene, I think it only makes sense. Do you want to wound him or do you want him to die?
At this point, I see Whip very much, especially as the name would imply. He's a pretty chill dude until like somebody kind of hurts him or like there's some like now I'm pissed kind of thing. So that's gonna be a death blow right there. It doesn't take much to kind of set him off, but definitely a knife wound counts. So that's why the dramatic move, and
Right.
he's going to go for the heart too, so it's not immediate.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and a little bit of like montage this forward. Torg, you walk into the room because the other room has stopped fighting you, and you see Whip pulling a big, ridiculous show knife out of some big Viking-looking dude, and there is just compressed hose levels of blood. And there's a couple women here screaming, except for one who looks like a woman at a concert waiting around to see if she gets to go backstage.
She won't. Just anyone was wondering.
She has her illusions for now.
That's fine.
Why do you make me watch this stuff? Why don't you just leave people alone?
Percival, did you not see how fucking cool that was?
It was terrible. You killed him. You stabbed him so hard.
Percival. First.
Whip!
Oh, hey.
Whip! Whip!
Yes.
Torg! Oh, Whip!
Yes.
Torg
Torg.
assume that Whip do that for a reason. Because Torg no Whip good guy. So Torg gonna go high five on Bloodbath.
Yeah, no, how about a low five, Torg?
Oh, Torg, sorry. Low five tap.
Oh, I forgot. You wanted me to do this damage report. You got stabbed.
All right, we're going to cut away. Something that will happen, just none of you will see, is where the guy that you got your money from is turning. So, no, I do have to ask a question, though. Do you turn over the meal bars to the contact?
I mean, at this point, I can't speak for Torg. But Whip kind of read the dude and like felt it was trustworthy enough. And listen, at this point, Whip likes money and is just kind of like when you are a mercenary, Mike, as I am,
right.
You're in it for the money, and the chance to get more money with the promise that it might do good, you're gonna take it.
So you're saying my decision tree should be: will this make me more money
without hurting people? And it says yes? Question mark.
Is Torg cool with that?
Torg feels like that good instinct.
So it's a lot of money.
Tend to agree. Yes.
Because it's
Torg like lots of money.
It's 4 crates of 24 bars, which is actually almost 1,000 volts. So split in half, that'll be 500, which is a lot of money.
That's a lot of Duracell, baby. That's one of Whip's catchphrases.
What a Duracell, baby. And like that, you just keep going and going.
Yeah, right, exactly.
The cutaway scene is
right. And Torg's response to that, of course, is now Torg playing with power.
Confirming the suspicions of some of our viewers, we will have the scene where the contact turns over the boxes of meal bars to Tiber Fenn, who actually is the one who paid for the mission. Tiber has picked up a habit of eating these and was running out of bars.
You guys have betted our friend's drug habit.
So
Tiber Fenn, I'm not my friend.
So we'll then cut back to the Shire, and
I don't know who that is.
The little thing at the bottom of the screen would say 6 months later, like SpongeBob. So everybody except for Whip and Percival. So it would be Navad, Erik, and Torg. So you've been through some rough road. Let me have the full up, please. Shadow Colt. Yeah, please. I can't see the interface, so sorry.
For some reason it's gray on our screen.
Yeah. It's all gray.
So you've been through quite a bit in the last 6 months. So this is long after this happened. You've been to the Desolation and back. You've been through various travails. You were in the process of helping Winona take on her new role as the people here started calling her Lady Winona. She would prefer Mayor, I think, but they have this whole for Travis's information because you're about to encounter it. The place where they live is, we didn't call it Bucky's because we'd have to pay money. It's what do we call it?
Dyer?
No. It's
oh wait, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I know what you're talking about. Now.
It's a Bucky's.
We came so. It's a Bucky's, but we came up with a fake name that you would
like. Hey, Colt, does anyone in the chat know the name? Because I bet you Brett does.
The chat might know.
Chat might remember.
Okay. Anyway,
chat, what's it called?
So just so Travis knows, it's a Bucky's.
Okay.
People that are settled there were their ancestors were Ren Fair people. They were Rennies. And so it's got like, and they weren't even like the super good historical Rennies. They were like, we're going to give you dinner while we have fake joust competition Rennies. So
maybe
have, like
fairies in there.
Yeah, and they've got fake banners, and there's a lot of my lord, lady. So imagine them taking over a Bucky's and calling it the Shire. That's the base for these adventurers.
Okay.
Winona has taken over as leader. You haven't had a leader in 12 game sessions in about 2 years. So because a very forthright NPC who is a second in command in another settlement said, hey, you guys should maybe have a leader, the group kind of looked at each other and went, well, yeah. And then shortly thereafter, all kind of pointed at Winona. So you're in the process of helping her set up. So the doors open, and in walks Whip, as previously described. So you have come to look for your friend Torg for all the reasons mentioned in your briefing. You have a place you need to be in 4 days. Mm-hmm. It's more dangerous for you to go alone than you anticipated. And you remember Torg being a pretty top-notch backup.
And a good person.
Yeah.
A good Torg.
So you're in a settlement in a mini-mart. A maxi mini-mart, a pretty big mini-mart.
Excuse me.
Can I help you, sir? Have your travails and troubles been long? Do you seek refreshment? We have the finest churros.
What?
Churros, they're Mexican. They're like fried dough with cinnamon and sugar on them.
Do you really have that?
We have ye olde churros, yes.
You got what? Churros?
You let me fetch for you a churro.
Okay.
And he goes over to a defunct drink machine, and there's a little heating cabinet, and he pulls out a churro. And here you go. Welcome to the Shire.
Oh, hot damn!
And it's
incredible.
I can imagine if you've never had a churro in the wasteland, coming across a churro, it's got to be a semi-orgasmic experience.
Man, if you've had a churro in the real world and you're having a churro, it's a semi-orgasmic experience. This is a fully orgasmic experience.
Just going to say.
Yeah.
Wasteland Jesus, this is amazing.
And you hear that, Erik. There is somebody new, as previously described, chowing down on a churro and being given the introduction by the self-described peasantry here. Erik, can you describe yourself physically, please?
Yeah, so Erik is he's short, but not quite a dwarf, but he's pretty short, sort of barrel-chested, kind of very round and very hairy with very long arms, incredibly long arms. And his skin is green. He wears an eye patch over his third eye, which is one of his mutations, so that he can see in 3D instead of 5D. He's got kind of long, wild hair, and he wears sort of resplendent vinyl-looking jacket with a bunch of festunities all over it. He looks as if he might have read a magazine about the mod movement in England and done the very best that he could, which is composed of almost nothing that would be anything like that at all. And that's him. He's got some some gorilla-y features to him, some monkey-esque features.
I gotta say, Mike, I love the fact that, and this is consistent too. The closest you got this time is saying he's not quite a dwarf. He always buries the lead and never leads with he's a goblin.
Well, he doesn't. I mean, that's like it's not the most important thing about him, right?
Oh,
like,
no, I get it. I love what
if you met a Nobel Prize winner who had a limp, what would be the most important thing about that guy, right?
His kind heart.
Physically coming into a room, I would say look out for Limpy.
There you go. So
I got to know him.
What is the character name?
Eric.
Okay.
So Erik, you see Erik coming over. You wouldn't have Karen with you in the Shire, right? He's like nearby.
I mean, no, because I have a sidearm now, so probably I'd have the sidearm.
That's right. So maybe you've given her like a fresh oil or something, and she's, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, man, you got any more of them churros?
Yeah, man. We got a whole bunch of churros.
You tried these things?
I live here, man. I eat churros all the fucking time.
You get to eat churros all the time?
Man, part of the reason that we live here is because there's churros here.
You know what? If I'm being honest, got a little distracted there by these sugary treats. Do you know a Torg named Torg?
Yeah, I know a Torg named Torg. You know, I mean, you look like a nice enough guy, but kind of business you got with Torg?
Oh, sorry. Name's Whip Crackshot.
Sure it is.
We go way back. We killed some folks together. They were bad folks. They was bad. And now I need help not killing folks. Intriguing, huh? Like,
yeah, I mean, given the choice, I would probably continue killing, but like if you got some killing to not do, we can help you not kill.
Yeah, pretty interesting. So anyway, can you get Torg for me, or
I'm gonna cut to Navad. Navad, you're in the secret room downstairs with Gandalf.
Okay.
So you're saying that the power is working right, and you summon the skull, and then instead of being terrified, they're laughing?
Yeah, so when we fought the guys with the tank, well, they were... Dakin was saying... what was that guy's name?
Dak.
This is Shannon asking.
It's Dakin, but Dakin was kind of like his gang name, and he preferred to be called
Dak. Dak pointed out to me that maybe underlying when I would put my skull head on, that I'm too eager and excited and looking for approval, and that undercuts the scariness of it. And he said I got to put on like a war face or a mean face, whatever. So I've been working on like staying mad when I turn my head into a flaming skull.
So I can offer you some truth. My experience is people often find that an unpalatable meal. He talks like this a lot. Do you
find
want
a skull isn't?
Do you want the truth, Navad?
Yeah. I thought you were saying that my skull head was an unpalatable meal. You were saying that the truth was an unpalatable meal, and you haven't even got to the. I'm saying this as Navad in character.
Oh, yeah.
I'm baffled by you, old man.
He smiles and says, "I thank the powers who have brought me such a challenging student." Do you want to know the truth of this situation? I can tell you. All right.
Get to it.
Well, here's the truth. Despite the fact that you wear the stompy boots, the blacky blacks, the patchy vests with the aggressive patches, he leans in. You're a nice guy and everyone likes you.
Yeah, I don't...
Think about the looks on the faces. Think back. Your friends. Do they smile? Are they sympathetic? They're not mocking you, are they?
Well,
all right. Don't, in this mind palace, let's leave Erik out of the Mind Palace.
Okay.
Erik brings a certain energy to the Mind Palace.
Okay.
My point is this. I can teach you how to reach your inner asshole and connect more firmly with the terror that you hope to manifest. Or you can make peace with the fact that people don't want to be afraid of you.
Man, it's like ever since I've learned I can.
That's what I meant by impalatable, Nevada.
Yeah, it's like ever since I learned I could do magic, everything is weird. First they kick me out, and I'm like, I'm a weirdo freak, and I got to go wander around by myself, and then I find these guys, and then it's like, now I'm not a weirdo freak. I'm a friendly skeleton, and like.
Are you saying that the discipline of using will alone to reshape the physical laws of the world around you is kind of hard?
Yeah.
He gives you a bitch please look.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
So do you want to continue just to be as you are? Or would you like me to show you the dark mirror and open up the inner flame that would make your flames terrifying?
Oh, yeah, but if I do that, do I become like an actual asshole?
It depends on how tight a grip you have on yourself.
Or on your asshole.
The metaphor's getting a little thick in here.
I'll let you think on it. And
Let me think about it.
We're going to discuss a little bit the difference between, again, I'm a lot older than you are. Let me talk about the difference between emos and goths. Meanwhile, Torg, one of the peasants comes get you, and you're brought into a room with a smallish fella who is enjoying the living fuck out of a second chair.
Torg!
Whip! And Torg runs over, grabs Whip by the shoulders and goes, friend! And then puts them forcefully back on the ground.
Damn. Shoulders injured.
Yes, I know. Percival. I know. That's not okay.
You told me you wanted me to keep you updated.
I meant like internal organ stuff, not like you got an owie.
I can't see him.
So Erik, the new guy's talking.
Yeah, am I there?
Yeah, you're right there.
Okay, so I turn to Torg and I'm like, do you know he's talking to nothing?
Oh, Whip not talk to no. Whip talk to Percival.
It's the man who lives in my eyes.
Tell him I said hello.
Oh,
Erik,
the man who lives in my eyes says hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, it's nice to talk to somebody.
No, he still can't hear you, Percival.
I know. Tell him I said that.
He said, hey, it's nice to talk to somebody.
Oh, man. I got stories I could tell you. You want to, one of these days, maybe we'll get a beer or something.
I came here for a reason and it ain't for churros, though doesn't hurt.
Devad enters the room. I feel like I'm like computer jamming now. Devad enters the room.
No, let me do it.
Devad clearly has something on his mind. He looks a little more distracted than usual. And physically, can you describe him, please?
Yeah, so Lord Navad is, he's about 17, 18-year-old.
Definitely 18 by now, yeah.
18, I guess.
Yeah.
18-year-old kid. Very tall and gaunt, like maybe like 6'4", 6'5", and about 140 pounds. And also like very leggy. So in addition to being tall, he has very high hips. Yeah, and looks a little like Baron Trump physically, not as a model figure. He's got like Croatian basketball player vibes to him. Got a little black emo comb over, a hood, jacket, denim jacket with the sleeves ripped off, and a wizard robe underneath it, and He's got his skin is a little grayish, a little silvery gray, not super pronounced. But the weirdest thing is his eyes are the pupils are in the shape of a skull, and that's naturally occurring, not anything that it's not contact.
Well, Navad, it's not really naturally occurring. Maybe to you, but subjectively speaking, it's very unnatural.
Yes. I did that to myself by bending reality with my powers of magic.
He's not wearing special contacts. I understood exactly.
Yes.
I lived through the 90s, Shannon. I know what you meant.
Yeah, baby. He's
got some pretty cool cat eyes. It's really awesome.
I listen to Prodigy's Firestarter 700 times in a row.
It's really cool.
So I'm going to need everybody who is not Whip and is not Percival to make, who's not actually all of you, who's got the highest awareness stat?
Ooh, highest awareness.
Yeah, so not Percival, not
Torg
Percival,
has
not
all.
Whip.
Torg only have 5.
I got to take a, let's see.
Travis, not Whip.
Oh, not Whip.
Nope, just only Navad, Erik, and Torg. I need to know is the highest awareness stat.
Yeah, I have 6.
Okay, Erik.
I have awareness. I'm 2. I'm good at intimidating and stuff.
Okay,
But awareness.
Awareness is literally combat awareness, which makes a lot of sense. But that's not your thing. It is Erik's thing. He makes the roll.
Erik got a 6 and 2 5s.
So Erik, if you get that kind of almost combat sixth sense that someone is going to get shot, what would your reaction be?
Get down.
Okay. Would you physically try to get them down, or would you?
Yes.
So go ahead and give me a acrobatics test.
Ooh, that's interesting. I got 4 on acrobatics.
Yeah, you're trying to close space quickly. Ironically, Goldwater would be great at this because he's got hardcore parkour.
Ooh, I got it.
You got a 6.
Whip, the long-armed goblin fellow, launches himself at you, takes you to the ground, and that makes a shot miss you. An assassin is taking a shot at you.
Oh, man, again.
We're now in rounds. I need everyone. I'm going to go around so this doesn't get crazy confusing. Whip, what's your initiative? You roll your speed dice, add them together.
I have 8d6.
And the little dice box should add them automatically.
23.
Beautiful. Torg?
Oh, sorry.
Rolling. Hold on. 24.
Thank you. Erik? Usually king initiative.
28.
And he does not disappoint. Navad?
I have a 5d6, so
It's not
18,
bad.
which is not bad for me.
And Percival, roll 6 dice, please. Barrett? Percival's rolling 6 dice, please.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
I tuned out for a second. I apologize.
It's okay.
Percival, come in.
I was rebooting.
He's got a gremlin on.
Hey, guy who lives in the eye.
I got it.
I got 1 success.
No, you're adding them together. It's initiative.
Oh, sorry. I'm in combat. 19. I had no idea I was involved.
Well, you are because you're in his eye, and where his eye goes, you go.
Right.
Oh, interesting.
So
Interesting.
Erik,
This is gonna be cool. Like if there's big splits in their activities.
Yeah.
So,
Holy crap.
Erik, you've acted, so you're you can't really do much else this round, but you'll be able to when we wrap back around.
Okay.
The next one up will be Torg. So a gunshot came through the window and almost took out Whip. What do you do?
Oh dear. Okay. Well, I immediately cover Whip to make sure that Whip is covered, and then I ask Whip. Now, do you know who this may be, or are you completely clueless as to maybe who be killing you?
If I'm being honest, I don't know exactly, but I know.
Oh, so Torg say you not surprised. Torg say,
oh yeah, not at all. This is like
So-
the next one this week.
Cinematically speaking, Erik is on top of Whip, but I like the idea of the camera reversing and just Torg leans down and starts talking with you. Battle moves past. Whip, you're up. You're under 2-player characters. What are you doing?
Do I have an idea of like whereabouts the shot? I was sitting at a table, right?
You do.
Okay.
You have an idea of the direction now.
Okay. Am I able to move or am I pinned down?
Well, considering you're pretty agile, I think you could squirm out from under.
Okay. I'm going to do that. And
they're
then
not they're not grappling, right? They're not trying to hold you.
And then I want to flip the table up. So it's like a barrier.
Yeah. So these are the tables that you'd have like in a mall.
Right.
So you flip one of those up. So you've now got some defense. Considering you have to do all that, we'll say that's your round. Percy, give me a 5-die check, please.
Okay. Got a partial, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm not getting any of the dice coming up in the die roller. Colt, are you seeing the dice come up? Yeah. All right. So you got a partial, Barrett?
I got a 5. I'll reload too while we're.
Okay, cool. So partial will give you this. There's someone outside, and again, we get that cheesy 80s. Computers in the 80s all had bright green, vector-based output. There's someone hiding behind one of the cars out there that doesn't work that you've used. Well, not you. The party has used as a place to duck down the other way. You use them to fire out. There's someone on the other side firing in, and they're reloading a rifle. So you know exactly the position.
They're behind that car. 6 o'clock.
They're behind the car over there.
Yeah. You would see, he'd outline it for you.
Yeah.
Navad, you now know, because Whip has told you, exactly where the attack is coming from. And yeah, there is a person that looks a little like they're dressed up. They look like a character from Newsies grew up, and like the costume didn't, it's all too small, but it's the period's wrong, but they've got a rifle.
Tweed and
And the weird little hat, but it's
like a newsboy cap and stuff.
Yeah.
Get your papes over here.
Yep.
X3.
Okay, so
what do you do?
how we're inside in the shot?
You're inside, and it's again like a convenience store. So it went through the window, broke some window. Out there is a bit of parking lot. There's deactivated gas pumps. Car behind it. He's actually got a rifle with a bipod, and he's loaded the thing and is putting it back on the car.
Is there any way? What's behind? So there's a car and the guy, and then what's behind the guy?
What would you like there to be back there?
What I would like would be for there to be some sort of a wall or some sort of maybe like a gas station pump structure.
Just happens that that's exactly what's back there.
Oh, perfect!
Yeah.
Wonderful. How far away am I? How far away are we?
It's still at near, so it's it's within range of your spell effect, certainly.
I'm going to try to push the car into him so that it pins him.
You're looking to do a one-man Malachi crunch?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not great.
Hey, I've been really anyway.
My first thought.
Mike and I have been reading up on the backlog of the Tuscadero sisters. So
I like this group that I can lay this shit down, and if no one picks it up, I know
Barrett. Our entire audience is like, those are words. I have no idea.
Yeah, sorry guys. Most of us are olds.
Okay, so what? Anyway,
from TV.
So
give me a Ravage test.
A Ravage. Okay, 1 second.
This is not going to fall under your reading ability. This is not a sensitivity thing.
Okay.
It's going to be Ravage.
Okay, so that's a 5D. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to see if I can push it. I got 1/6.
Wow. Go ahead and give me 4 dice of effect.
Okay. I got a 6, a 5, a 2, and a 2.
Roll that 6 for me.
Roll the 6 again?
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
so just for listeners, the damage dice explode, which means on a 6 you can re-roll them to do extra damage. which did not happen.
That did not
But
happen.
it's enough to have moved the car. The guy is now pinned between car and wall. The gun is now at an awkward angle and equally pinned. And he makes it sound like this. Erik.
I wish I had Karen right now, but I will.
One of the people in the Shire, because they all know the lords and ladies who live here, has retrieved Karen and tosses her to you.
Okay, so I would like to target the young gentleman's head. I'd like to go for a Call of Duty style headshot.
Ooh, man. Again, the purpose of the dice is when the outcome is uncertain. Can you describe the effect of pulling that trigger?
So what was the sound that you said that he made? Okay, so
any way for Whip to interrupt?
Sure.
I just don't want to kill anymore. It's a thing that I just want to.
So I turn and put my hand on Whip's shoulder as I rack Karen and say, "That's all right. You don't have to." And I shoot, and we follow the bullet as the young man takes he swallows the bullet. And it blows the back of his head off, so it becomes like a spoon, like that Doctor Who episode where it's the reverse spoon, and the head sort of collapses on itself.
Oh man!
So in game
shot. It was a great shot.
In game terms, what Whip did was a priority action. You can jump initiative, so it was completely possible. But Erik had a plan.
Yeah, it's fine.
The combat is over. The guy who helped you by getting Karen hands you the oilcloth you used to wipe her off when you used her. Here you go, my lord.
I say, no.
Real sorry about that, everybody. I mean, listen, it's on me. If I'm being honest, there's no kind of way around it. They was here for me. Sorry I brought trouble here to your house.
Man, speaking as somebody who has trouble brought to his house almost all the time, I'm pretty okay with it. You know who that guy was?
Well, yes and no. I don't know like his name or nothing, but so
let's do a crossfade to this conversation happening in the break room in the back.
Yeah. So here's the long and the short of it. All right. Torg, you know this. I killed a lot for some questionable folks.
Yeah. Yep, you did.
Shut up, Percival. And
Percival, do you start running names past?
Yeah, splash.
Okay. And so Whip just holds his right eye closed. The thing is, I'm trying to get out. I want to get out. So I can be with my sweet desert flower. And
see if they have any books.
Shut up. I'm trying to tell a story for dramatic effect.
See if they have any books, though.
We'll read books later. And so I've fallen in love. And don't want to kill no more.
Torg, at hearing this, starts welling up little tears. And then Torg just goes, Torg, love. Torg, love Whip. Torg,
love Torg. Whip, love Torg.
To have love. What can Torg do to help Whip love?
Well, the actionable thing here is I'm just trying to get out. You know what I mean? I don't want to fight no more. And she's waiting for me. She's waiting for me. I just got to get and look at my notes here. I just got to get to the Wedding Sip drive-through chapel. And then I'm going to meet her. at the Starlight Memories Drive-In, and there we're gonna hold up, and I'm gonna defend it. We're gonna defend it, make a life for ourselves. And I told them, I told my bosses, no hard feelings. I'm ready to walk away, and they told me in no uncertain terms it ain't a life you walk away from.
So proud of you.
Wait. So Torg think know what happened.
Okay.
Torg think knows what's happening. Is Whip saying that Whip come to Torg so that Torg can be defendant for Whip love and fight so Whip not fight so that Whip can make it to marry Whip love? And Torg gets very, very choked up at this thought of being Whip's best fighter.
And Whip lifts his hand up as far as he can towards Torg. That's right, buddy. I want you to be my best Torg.
Oh!
Moment. I'm gonna record this so you can watch it later.
Thank you.
Torg
at this
gets
point,
very, very excited, and Torg immediately reaches over to the churros and grabs 2 churros and hands one to Whip so that they can churro.
Whip loves it. Whip eats that shit up both literally and figuratively.
Oh.
And then Torg proceeds to shove the entire churro in their mouth and chew it with tears streaming down their face and smiling while churro crumbs fall to the ground.
So Erik at this point lifts his thing and wipes a tear away from his third eye.
Yeah, and Whip, point, I'm not going to make you roll an insight check, but when you started talking about your love, Erik, who's normally very kind of in the moment, happy-go-lucky, or very intense, gets kind of quiet, and there's something going on there.
Okay, got it. And listen, Torg and I go back, and I didn't know I was dragging other folks into this, and you, sir, with the cool duds and the weird eyes, and you, sir, with the cool dud and the weird eyes. If you don't want to come along, I totally understand. I wouldn't ask you to do it. You don't know me. And I totally understand. I don't want to drag you folks into danger if that's something, you're not ready for.
Man, I love some killing, but I just got to ask you something. She's down with this, right? Like you talked to her.
Oh, I talked to her. It was her idea, man. Like she made this whole plan. She's loving my life, and I'm hers too. And you can ask the man who lives in my eye. I'm not making that up.
I mean, are they going to ask me, or because I can only answer through you?
Does anyone have any tech skills?
He said yes. He definitely said yes.
I have a 1 to hack.
Yeah, bodge is what you'd want. Does anyone?
I have 2 to bodge.
So go ahead and roll the 2 dice for me, because it being a tabletop role-playing game, there's always the possibility. I know there's no 20s here. Well, that's a lot more than you have.
Stop. I'm figuring it out.
It's all good.
Oh, I got it.
So you actually can go to Dee's room. You remember a speaker.
Oh, so, yeah.
Given that you've got a bodge, you could, and I would, let's say that it's literally like a hit clip speaker, because B, not D, was collecting accessories for your musicer.
Yeah.
So remember hit clips with the little things in the speaker? She had a couple of those. So you can wire that into the interface on his eye if you like, if he's up for it.
And into the clip into my ear?
No, into Whip's cybernetics, so that the AI could speak.
Great. Yeah, that. I'm doing that.
Well, you made the roll. We're not going to be labored that any further, but he takes you a little room. It's like that person's out there getting some on the equipment room with Winona, so she's not there currently. There is like the upper torso of a bodged together robot sitting there, inanimate, and there's a bunch of tech stuff. So I think every sci-fi tech thing has a multimeter and the oscillation scope because it looks
Wow,
cool.
wow.
Yeah, and it's going.
I shouldn't be in this room if I'm being honest.
Oh, yeah. So you would see what's in there and just pull back.
Yeah, it. Trust me when I say it is better for everybody if I do not set foot in that room. I'm going to stay out here. You get what you need. I don't know how well it's going to keep working, but maybe Percival can keep it on the rails. Is that worth
That's
it,
good.
Percival? It's a little more work for you.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. This seems great.
Okay.
So you wire the speaker in because my
Oh, we should be clear.
fan-
Did I say it earlier that the only reason the eye keeps working is because Percival is like constantly running diagnostics on it?
Yeah, I'd assume he's like repatching himself, and yeah. Sure. So he wires that speaker in because one of my
It's
favorite
amazing.
games-
He's the Goldwater of AI implant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he really is.
Way more
Because
frazzled.
because I love throwing Barrett under the bus. You'll be able to speak, but I'm going to need you to play intermittent interference.
Okay.
All right, so the party has agreed to help Whip. You see at the corner, like just kind of looking through the room, and I misnamed him before I said Gandalf. They call him Merlin. His name is actually Gordon. There's
Gordon.
like an older dude. He's got like sort of a speed suit thing with a Ren Fair tabard over it, and he's got the long wizard beard. And he looks over at Nevada and he gestures.
Yeah,
It looks like you're about to set out again. Is that true?
that's right.
Have you decided?
I kind of like who I am.
He
think-
he cuts you off by giving you a big hug.
Oh, okay. All right, come on, man. Like, look, I don't want to look into the dark asshole of the.
You have,
I don't think that's what he said, but I can't remember.
you have.
He said he could reach down and show you your asshole, is what he said, I think.
I don't want any of those things.
Get Erik out of the mind palace. God damn it! All right. Well, you have a great quest then.
All right, thanks, Gordon. And if it goes wrong, then maybe we'll talk about this again.
I do need you to be back. You gonna be gone more than a month?
I don't know.
You asking me? I don't think so. I got 4 days to get there. So if it's more than a month, they took a long time getting back.
Perfect. All right. I'm gonna actually do the bio break early this week because I think it's a natural. Like we will then head out on
We're getting our provisions and we're gonna go. Okay.
So, I will say before we do that break, and then we've got some slides to put up. Just to reiterate, we have the Nuked rules are finally available right now. So one of the things you could do during this break is go buy them. And one of the reasons you can do that now is
I'm gonna throw them in the chat again.
the book is going to be $8, but for the first 30 days it's only $4. So if you're willing to spend what you'd spend on a Happy Meal on all kinds of wonderful, chaotic apocalypse nonsense that will help make this even more enjoyable, drop on by our good friends at Drive Thru RPG and go pick that sucker up. Okay, we'll be back in what, 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Need a little more. I gotta take the dog out.
7.5.
It sounds good.
All right. We're going to cut forward a little bit. You've left the Shire. You've been traveling for a couple of days. Whip, how chatty are you? Like, do you try to get to know these people, or do you generally keep to yourself and keep to your business?
You know, I think if you asked Whip, he would say he's a man who keeps to himself and he's a real loner. I also think he doesn't shut up. I think that is, you know, there's a lot of like, yeah, I'm real loner out there. What about you guys? You guys loners, or like, what do you guys like to do? You by yourself, or
You're not a loner. I'm here. I've been here with you for years.
yeah, it's just me out there all alone.
They can hear me.
We can hear him, man.
You can't
Oh,
pretend.
right. Sorry, yeah, I keep forgetting.
Erik, tell another story. Erik, tell another story.
Okay. So there was this one time I was in a bar with these 3 people,
Oh wow.
and they gave us a bottle of Pruno, I don't know if you've ever had any pruno before.
Oh, Torg know all about pruno. Remember, Whip?
No, yeah. I remember that time we killed a bunch of people together.
Oh, stop talking about that.
So I drank a whole bottle of pruno and woke up 4 days later in a gulch.
Uh-huh.
I had to be defined as to what a gulch was because I had never seen one in real life. But apparently it is similar to a gully, but not quite. Kind of a trench in some ways. Also like a culvert, but not made to.
It's a narrow, two-sided ravine marking the course of a fast stream.
I love it, man. You want to go on the road with me, Percy?
You like that?
I love that
all the time. Are you kidding me?
He's like the funniest person I've ever met, man.
Yeah, you too, man.
Navad, there is a single figure walking down the road towards you. You're following that's not a highway, but a 2-lane road, and about 500-600 feet that away. There's just a lone figure. They've actually got a duster and a long scarf and a kind of a floppy hat.
Okay, like real.
Yeah,
like Tom Baker, maybe.
Like
no, more something that Marconi would do the score for.
Okay, gotcha. Real spaghetti western kind of vibe.
Yeah, as they get closer, you see that they have 4 arms.
Okay,
and that their flesh is white like paper, not white like pink white guy white, like paper white.
Okay. How tall?
Looks to be 5'10.5".
Okay. Wow.
Give or take.
5'10 3/4".
Yeah, I mean,
does he tell everybody he's 5'11"? And
first thing in the morning, they're a little bit taller. First thing in the morning.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
How far away?
Some distance. I don't know. Okay. I don't want to be so specific.
Gotcha. I'm gonna alert everybody.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. You don't want to be specific about distance. 5'10.5" was really important to you.
Well, unless it's the distance between the surface of the earth and the sun, and like the difference of people's heights there within, that matters.
Yeah.
How far away the guy that I think wants to kill us is?
Fair.
I'm going to alert everyone as to the situation. Because they're all talking with each other, including Percival, I guess. Hey, guys. Up ahead.
Oh.
And as he gets closer, you can see, in addition to having 4 arms, he's got 4 holsters for 4 pistols.
Percy, any recognition
Give
here?
me a 3-die roll.
He appears to be 5'10.5".
You're always
how far away is he, man?
Yeah.
That's all I know. He's 5'10.5". I mean, without the hat, with the hat on, he's like almost 6 foot tall.
3'2". It's like a big it's like an Arby's hat.
Big hat. Yeah. Oh, that's old Big Hat Johnson.
So
Big Hat every person he kills, his hat gets 1 inch bigger.
He is making no effort to conceal himself or to go aside or make room. Which gives you the impression he's coming your direction on purpose.
Okay. Oh, okay. Is there, I don't know what check this would be. Is there anything that would make Whip think this guy's not one of the many assassins that has been sent to kill him?
He looks to you like a guy who wants to make a name for himself.
Okay, great. Then Whip is just going to go ahead and kind of reactionarily throw a needle at a hand.
So as he gets like within range and starts to say his thing, you'll just throw?
Yeah.
Okay, so he comes up.
And Whip throws needles. I don't think he waits for the bantery part. So
I was going to say, in this, and you see he's younger when he comes up. In this kid's mind, the music swells. And he starts to say his thing, and then... So go ahead and give me a throw.
I do like the idea, by the way, Barrett, that maybe, Whip has told Percival to play some cool music, but it always just plays inside his head. And this is the first time other people can hear it too.
Nice.
Dun, dun, diddle, 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 dun, 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 dun. Diddle, 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 dun, dun.
Torg like this
I
one.
like this.
Diddle,
This
diddle,
is Torg jam.
dun, dun.
Okay, so that's going to mean you're going to do 2 extra dice because of your special ability.
Okay.
So you're going to roll 5 dice against him.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, with a needle, not a sewing needle, but still. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. Reroll the 6. 8. Almost.
Oh man, I saw that 6 almost come up again.
So it hits him. He takes 8 hits. 8 hits is not enough to take him out. I am going to say it does go through his hand though, so he is not drawn anything with that hand.
Are we say like when we say a needle, we're talking like a knitting needle?
Yeah, so like about 6 inches.
Okay, we're not talking like a little one. We're like something you
Yeah,
can.
no, this is like a knitting.
It's a good size needle for a boy his size.
Right, yeah, it's perfectly normal, and it's what I do with it.
Fortunately, he has 3 more hands, so he's given up on having the big conversation with you. We lost Jen. He's going to draw the other 3 guns, and he's going to open fire. But does anyone want to try to jump initiative, do a priority action, and do something to him before he fires?
I'll do it.
What do you do?
Look at him really hard.
Don't shoot.
Yeah, I'm going to try and shoot him in the head.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
because that seems like a thing.
So to make that work, when you do a priority action, you have to make a reaction save. If you make it, you can do it. If you blow it, you lose your action.
Okay, here comes. Oh, did we lose Erik?
I got 2 6s.
Okay, so Karen comes out and you fire. Go ahead and roll all the dice.
All right, I need to add 1. Yep, I got 2 6s and a 5.
Jeez. All right, so do your damage. His armor is 3. His defense.
So I only hit him twice.
Yeah, I can't see your.
Oh yeah, I got it's a bad roll. I got a 4 and a 3. Those are the best I got.
So that's 4 points though. He had 12 hits, and the needle did 8. So he's at 4. You do exactly enough to make him fall down. I'm going to say that's not going to kill him because you do exactly enough. So he Erik pulls his rifle and just plugs the guy, and he falls down.
Wow.
Okay, we can stop hurting you now.
Oh man,
it's a choice. If you will leave.
Well, he's unconscious. Does somebody want to medicate?
Oh man,
he's got a needle through his hand and a gun wound.
His heart rate is dropping.
Yes.
Thank you, Percy. I can't really. Heal's not like my thing.
Does anyone have a decent medicine roll?
What? Why? Why would you heal him?
Because Erik. I'm actively.
Man, there's an ethical difference between trying not to kill and healing the motherfucker that came here to kill you.
Hey, he didn't even get to say a word. We are so much more deadly than him. He's a kid, Erik. I don't want to kill him.
He has 4 guns, man.
Mike, do I know how to do medical stuff?
You could give them instructions,
right?
Like a medical book.
Yeah.
Like, open the surgical gauze.
Yeah.
Make sure there's no obstructions or any matter in the wound. You could definitely recite it and help them.
Yeah, I can make Travis into a half-assed medic.
Yeah. I don't normally put the blood back in them.
Do it for me.
Okay, what do I do now?
Okay, so first put pressure on the wound, the major wound.
So do you have some dice in medicine, right?
Me?
You should have 1 or 2.
Medicine. I do. I have 3 dice in medicine.
Okay, you get an extra die because Percy's helping you.
Uh,
So go ahead and roll 4 dice.
okay.
Yeah, he was about to expire because the PCs were discussing helping him. But you get there in time, and you follow the directions of your onboard AI, and you sew him up. You take out the needle, you take the bullet out, and he's gonna be fine.
Oh, you don't know how long I've been waiting for you to do something like that, to like help somebody instead of killing them. This is the best. This is the best day.
But what I want is neutral. Just to be clear, I don't want to help people either. I just don't want to. I don't want to do anything and retire.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
that's fine. We gotta get you there, though, man.
Hey, kid, and I kind of slap him awake.
Where is I've come here because
Yeah, no, I get it. You're gonna kill me, and someone told you to kill me. And can I tell you something? Just like kind of assassin to assassin.
Yeah,
you're not good at this.
It was the walking up and letting you see me from
that was
away, right?
That was not a good idea. There's literally places to hide everywhere.
How does anyone know how good you are?
What?
How does anyone know how good you are if they can't see you?
Because other people say, yeah, I had no idea he was there. He was like a shadow. The wind came and killed my friend.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Have you killed? Be honest. You killed anyone before?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Who?
Tony.
You didn't kill Tony. Steve killed Tony.
Yeah.
Don't try to take Steve's kills.
All right. Okay. So I'm ready, though.
You're clearly not.
I've got 4 guns.
And 0 brains.
Sick burn, boss.
Torg has idea. Hear Torg out here. Now, Whip.
Yeah.
You say obvious that you neutral. However, you want to be out of game and you save young dumb assassin. Young dumb assassin, at your own admission, you clearly not too good at this.
He's wincing every time you say dumb.
So Whip, why don't you take young dumb and make him assassin pro to take your place since you no kill?
Oh.
I mean, is that anything you'd be interested in?
He reminds the rest of the group a little bit of Navad when you first met him. Oh, well, I mean, yeah. I mean, no one trained me. I just taught myself.
Clearly.
Okay.
How is it neutral to make another killer? How is it neutral to make somebody take your spot?
I'm gonna teach him the same moral code I have, Percival.
We find ourselves here in an ethical gulch, I feel.
Okay.
Someone drank some moral pruno.
My new band name.
Okay, listen, you know what? This is a lovely idea, Torg. I'm going to give the kid about 15 minutes of teaching, and then we're going to get a move on, all right? So I can, get to my future bride, the love of my life, the fire of my star, all that.
Oh, yes, Torg does not want to halt love. Torg not mean for this to take precedent over Love Quest.
Okay, great. Okay, kid.
I'm going to need one at a time, and I'll call it the name, a brief part of the training montage.
Okay.
Between Whip Crackshot and he's calling himself Kid Saget.
Kid what?
Kid Saget.
Kid Saget?
Yep.
Like Bob Saget, but
like Bob Saget, but a kid. So Shannon, begin the montage, please.
I begin the montage?
Yeah, just describe how the two of them are training.
Okay, so there's we see across a field, there's like a bunch of cans lined up on stumps, and the kid is using his gun, and Whip is going like no, and then nailing the cans with just various weird bottle caps and anything that he can throw, and he's just trying to teach him how to hit things.
So, Mike, give me the second scene in the montage, please.
So Whip takes the blindfold off of his face and puts it on the kid's face, and the kid walks immediately into a wall.
Barrett?
Whip takes the kid and has him duck behind the stump that we saw earlier, and is mouthing like, stay down. And then it cuts to Whip using Erik's submachine gun and just unloading on the stump. The kid's going, ah, ah! And then when he gets to the end of the clip, he goes, nice job.
Jen?
So then we see Whip tell young Saget, what was it?
Kid Saget, but
Kid
yours was
Saget.
better. Young Saget.
Young Saget, that now for their final test, that he has to sneak up on Torg. So Torg is sent out into the middle of the desert and is standing there waiting to be fake shot. Essentially, it's like a BB gun. So like to Torg, it'll just be like a ow. So Torg is standing there, trying to not see him, and then you just see the little guy, like young Saget, like run behind Torg real quick, and Torg looks and doesn't see anything, and then he runs the other way behind Torg really quick, and Torg looks the other way, and then he sees him, but he pretends he doesn't see him, and Torg just goes, and then Torg gets shot with the BB gun and just goes, oh, Torg not know how this happened.
Travis, what's the last scene in the montage, please?
I think the last scene is like, so Whip like pats him on the shoulder and kind of gives him a thumbs up, and the kid heads off with a bunch of swagger, walking down the road, and Whip turns to the rest of the group and says, I give him a week.
All right.
You try.
Yeah.
Another day. So you're maybe a day out from where you need to go. You're right on schedule. If anything, you're ahead of schedule. Coming down the road, actually on the road, is a small truck. It's a flatbed. On the back of the flatbed is a storage container that's been strapped down. And as it comes closer, you can see that behind that is mounted a generator. And the generator has a whole cable ball that goes into whatever's in the container.
Percival, activate my X-ray vision.
I'm telling you, I can't. That's been offline for years. I cannot get it to come back online. It is completely broken. All the code is corrupted. I can do that thing where you put your hand in front of your face and it like wobbles and it looks kind of like X-ray vision.
Well, let's do that.
Okay, go ahead. Here we go.
Whoa!
I mean, it looks kind of like X-ray.
You can see that the container is brightly painted, and on every face of it is painted extra ball.
What is that?
Extra ball.
Extra ball.
Well, it's an insert your own joke kit, isn't it?
Is that anything that Whip recognizes? Is that
No?
There's a song by a band called Locato called Extra Ball. Would you like to hear it?
It's slowing down about 120 feet from you and is pulling over a little bit.
okay? Is there any kind of cover around anything? Plenty of cover.
Yeah, it's a ruin like the side of a road. There's even like an old 7-Eleven over there. There's plenty of stuff.
Just gut check here, folks. We should get not in the open.
Torg
Pull
agreed.
back a bit.
Yeah, too sweet.
So the window of the truck rolls down, and a guy leans out and yells out at you. The guy has chrome eyes and bat ears, and he yells, "Hang on, guys, just a minute. I was gonna open the thing and show you the deal."
Sorry, what?
Let me show you.
I can't hear. What'd you say?
Oh man, this is cool, man.
What is cool? What?
Oh man, if he's serious, it's ironic. I'm blind, man. Like, are you making fun of my disability?
Oh man, now I feel really bad.
I can't quite tell because I'm not really seeing you. It's some kind of echo locate. I mean, I see some. I just want to show you a thing. I see you hiding.
Are you here to fight me? Because I feel bad now, and if you're not, I feel terrible.
Gets out and walks around the truck.
Yeah.
Skinny guy, late 20s, early 30s, maybe. Dressed in pretty traditional, like waster, salvage stuff. He's got chrome eyes. He's got literally bat ears. And he's moving a little strangely. So what he's saying seems to be true. Like he's, low-key daredevil, so he's getting around all right.
Aren't Loki and Daredevil in two different universes?
No,
same one.
They're in the same universe.
And in my mind, they're deeply in love.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Also out of the cab.
Love is blind.
Well, it's true.
A little crazy.
Love is deaf as well as blind.
Mm-hmm.
And Awesome gets out of the truck. So Awesomes are possums that are awesome. They have evolved.
You can just say possums.
They're a little bigger than possums. They have heavier fur. They have prehensile tails, and they have opposable thumbs. And they're supposedly smart enough. They can't speak. They don't have the mechanisms, but some of them have learned sign language. This one gets up and kind of stands on two legs, and it's wearing like an arcade apron. So the kind of canvas aprons that had the pockets for the tokens? The little possum dude gets out. He's all of 2.5 feet tall and goes and stands next to a bad guy. You sir, ma'am, you big fellow person, could you help me with this?
Oh, Whip, Torg, no what this is. This is travel sail. This is good. This is fun.
Okay.
It's okay. And Torg bounds out happily and helps prop open.
Yeah, so you can tell it's set up a lot like some of the trucks they have for carnivals. So there's a part of it that's kind of like comes up, Torg knew right away. And there's things that prop down and keep it up. Then he goes around.
I feel terrible now. I thought you were here to kill me, and I was doing a whole thing, and now I feel bad.
I only kill one thing, man. High scores.
Okay.
So when you hold it up, inside is an arcade.
Oh.
So 2 rows of pinball machines back to back with cables draping down from the top of the container that are connected to the generator and back. Can you help me? It bucks a little. You got to pull kind of hard to get the Jenny started.
Oh, Torg got this. Torg,
hold on. Don't start nothing yet. And Whip takes like 8 big steps.
Oh, what's up, man? You don't like fun?
No, I'm a gremlin.
Man, that's racist.
No, sorry. I mean, I am literally. I got this whole thing where if I'm near your machines and they turn on, they'll break.
Oh,
and when he says that, like some sparks fly out from his head.
And it's not just bad luck; it's a thing.
Man, I'm not a doctor.
Wait a minute. You big person I can't see, but I can only echolocate. Do you have a name? And are you pretty?
Torg is prettiest. Torg is prettiest. Torg in all Torgland.
He smiles broadly. Obviously, welcome to accept whatever you said. Can you help me with something? Let's leave the generator. Is your friend really a gremlin?
Yes, Torg complete forget about gremlin friend ability. So
how strong are you, Torg?
Torg strongest.
So a couple minutes later, Torg goes in with Bat Dude. The little possum signs something. Does anyone have sign language?
Let's say I do.
Yeah, that makes sense. He actually signs, and I don't know enough to convert the words because he's not hand spelling. Hello, dudes. I'm sure there's some equivalent of that.
Right.
It's a very casual greeting.
What up, my dudes?
Yeah, it's very like semi-surfer-y, very familiar. Even does that. And Torg comes out carrying a very old pinball machine that's pre-electric. So the very first ones only had electric to light up lights that weren't a main part of play. They were mechanical.
Yeah.
So, and some boardwalks had them. So he has Torg, put this by your gremlin friend. There's no reason he can't get high score too.
Oh,
Very sweet.
The extra ball is for
Torg
everyone.
Torg runs over to Whip and go, oh, Torg's so excited. Torg knows that you never get to enjoy and play of game because of your gremlin ability. But now you can play game without gremlin explode computer go. This one, no tech. This one for you. Whip play now.
Okay, Torg. I've never played anything like it before. Is it just you knock the ball somewhere?
Yes. You pull stopper thingy, you knock ball thingy, and then ball thingy knock around other stopper thingy. You just don't want ball to fall in hole.
All right, let me see what I can do.
I'm going to have to assume that Whip would be good at this.
I think so too, Mike.
I don't think a roll is necessary. Like if you're throwing knitting needles through holes in walls and killing dudes, you can get a pinball.
Especially with the addition of like Percival being able to be like, now, now,
Yeah.
flipper now. Like it's just like absolutely timing it out perfectly.
Which is so annoying to everybody because now we can all hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, that's right. It's not really a cheat. It's just like, okay, timing and vector, go. So he fires up the Jenny, and it's basically a mobile arcade. So does anyone not partake of the arcade?
Seems like a trap now that I think about it.
I mean, Nevada is definitely going to do the arcade.
So the Awesome actually has tokens because these were taken, many of them from arcades. And he does ask for like a volt each, but God knows you got that. So the little possum creature is doing like the change job from the arcade, and it's giving you the tokens. And there's a big bank of them. There's plenty to play. So I guess everyone takes a shot. We montage that. And after you're basically all a little worn down with it, he's asked you to help him fold it back up. Well, I'm really glad I found you guys and that you enjoyed it. A couple of you got high score. That was great. Great reflexes.
Hey, thanks, man. So that's it. I just, it's been a while in my life since somebody just like was nice.
Oh man, that's really sad. Here, 10 tokens, man.
I don't want to play anymore. It's okay.
You know what I got? Hang on. And he goes inside the truck and comes back out. And he's got a little plastic toy alien. They used to have tickets that came out when you got a good score, and you get prizes. And this is one of my favorites. Here, this is for you.
No.
You got a high score on that old machine, man. That's worth something.
Yeah, but nobody gives nothing for free. And I don't.
Oh, yeah. You sound like Flash Rewind to me.
See me?
Oh, you don't know about him? Flash Rewind. He's got himself an arcade. He's been trying to buy me out, and he keeps saying stuff like that. He wants to buy me machines and put them in his big arcade, but no, I bring this on. I heard legends of portable pools, and when it was hot and kids didn't have no pools, they'd have these trucks with the portable pools, and they'd take them around to neighborhoods where people needed the cool water, and the kids would come out and they'd play and be happy. This is like that. You bring
That
the
doesn't sound
pinball.
right, but
He's wrong.
Whip.
Yeah.
Torg know that you have hard time believing people can't be kind.
that doesn't sound right though. Like you say it and I hear it and I'm like,
Torg understand. Torg get, but Torg wants you to know this travel guy way better than the other guy. Promise. Torg, no, this legit. And
thanks, Torg.
You're welcome. Also, don't you think future wife might like alien as wedding gift?
Oh man, she does like aliens.
Oh man, you're getting married? I do weddings. I can just come by if you want.
No, hey, no.
Okay.
Oh, Whip.
Torg.
I mean, unless Flash takes my shit.
Whip. We cannot let Flash take only good travel, Arcade.
But I have to get to my future wife.
Is there any way we can help you without taking time out of our very important...
Jen, do we get a tight close-up of Torg with, like, the anime pout?
Yes. Yes, you get very, very close on Torg's face, and Torg want to help love. Torg not want to stall love. But there any way we can also help Tiny Arcade and not take up too much time?
Yes. Arcade man, what's your name?
Tommy.
You're okay. All right, Tommy.
And this is 84 here in the possum waves.
Hey, so what can Whip and friends do for you today?
Oh man, this was not transactional. This was a gift, buddy.
No, I know you let us play your games and it was real nice, and you got problems with this other arcade fellow.
Yeah, I mean, I like what he does. It's important to maintain the arcade tradition, but he's trying to buy everybody else out, and I just tried to politely tell him no. And I think next time he comes, they're going to start breaking things, and I'd hate to see that happen, you know? I mean,
how often does he come?
I mean, his place is called Flynn's, and it's not all that far. I don't know. You wouldn't hurt him, would you? I mean, he's kind of a...
Well, Torg not want to necessarily have to make us go out of our way. Is there any way we can help directly?
I mean,
Torg does know a very, very good tax man. Maybe this Flynn guy is behind on their taxes?
So your plot is to sick a tax adjuster on him?
Why
I kind
not?
of love that because of how fucking crazy it is. This is the GM speaking. So you know a guy that would come and hassle him for not having his business in order?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, do we know a guy?
Yeah, he would love it.
Would really, really love to make sure that Flynn is on up and up with taxes. And if Flynn not on up and up with taxes.
And this guy wouldn't go kill him though, right? He'd just make that situation.
Oh, he would make sure that he pay. And if he cannot pay fully, then he put him out of business.
Well, that's kind of what he's trying to do to me. That seems fair.
Right?
All right. Well, I'm glad I met y'all. That's amazing. I saw so many weapons. I was worried there was...
No, we don't have to do this weaponry. See, Torg just wants a way for good, tiny arcade businessman to keep being good, tiny arcade businessman.
Hey, I wouldn't even collect anything if I didn't have to keep the gas flowing,
Oh, see, Whip, how can you hate? How can you hate?
I don't hate. Torg. I don't hate. Don't hate.
No.
We're just on a schedule, is the thing.
This is what I say. We keep schedule. Torg keeps schedule. We don't have to go to Flynn. We just sick taxman friend on them and we go on merry way. All is well.
The awesome climbs up Torg and hugs Torg's head.
All right. I'll take the alien. Thank you.
And while the awesome hugs Torg's neck because the awesome is so small, Torg then takes their body in their hands as like a small baby and cradles it.
It chitters happily. So he packs up, he goes on his way. Any insight rolls would have revealed that he seems to be completely legit. Before he packs up, he plays one game himself, and it turns out that he is terrible at pinball. Off the party goes.
I love that was a setup. The blind guy named Tommy's really just terrible.
He loves it. Well, he's blind.
The opposite of a pinball wizard.
A pinball wizard.
He's terrible. He can't see anything.
He sure does love around to be pinball.
So on the following day, you're getting close. You're beginning to start being on the lookout. You've not been to this place yet, Whip, but you had it on your maps. You know where it is.
I should also say at this point, Whip, throughout the course of this trip, has not shut up about your bride. Like it's there's a lot of like, oh, and when she laughs, oh my god, it's like music. You know, you guys probably don't know anybody like that, but like she laughs with music, her eyes, oh, they sparkle. Oh, and she moves with such grace. Oh my god. I can't wait till you guys get to meet her. She's a shining light. She's great. She's great. I don't even have the words. I don't even have the words.
Are there any details they would have learned about her from your effusive?
Yeah, her name is Andre, Miss Andre. And you know,
Miss Andre?
Miss Andre. And you know, she's just sweet as pie. You know, she keeps me honest. She makes me stronger than I ever thought I could be. She's taught me to be so much more than I was. And you know, she keeps me honest.
Torg want to know. Torg care a lot about how she make you feel. Torg want to know what Miss Andre feel. What does Miss Andre like? How do you make Miss Andre feel?
Well, I know I make her smile, you know, and not much does. It's a hard world out there, and she feels safe with me. She trusts me, and from what she's telling me, she doesn't feel that way about many. And you know me, Torg, I don't either. And I think at the end of the day, we trust each other. We feel safe around each other. We make each other feel safe. And that's rare.
Hey, Mike.
Torg totally agreed. Torg think that very, very sweet. Torg just want to know. Torg might be planning special gift, and Torg want it to be maybe something that both of you would enjoy. Does Andre have hobby, or does Andre have favorite food or color, or just something about Andre? Torg want to know more.
She enjoys bourbon too when we can get it. She likes, I don't know. Hey, GM, what kind of like candy exists in the wasteland?
Well, I mean, candy is something you can make in the wasteland. As long as you have sugar, somebody with the right skills can make definitely hard candy.
Okay, great. She makes her own hard candy. She's taught me how to do it. We take turns. I tend to do like a sour. That's my thing. She goes a little bit sweeter. But we work together in that way. I would say that's probably our number one shared. Well,
hey, Erik.
Yeah.
There's something running towards you from off on your left.
How fast is it running?
1.5 times faster than a 12-year-old with an eating disorder.
What am I able to glean from it in the minute before I decide whether or not to shoot it?
Why don't you show us the slide, Colt?
Oh, no, we can't see.
Can you throw the picture in the chat, please?
Oh, yeah.
Because then they can look.
Oh,
it's a ripper.
We've seen these guys
before. Rippers.
My babies.
Not only is it that, it's only 3 feet tall.
Oh.
Is
so I go ripper, and then I pull Karen and just hold it.
And then
behind
Torg hears that immediately, and Torg perks up and turns to see if it's their ripper. Or one of the baby rippers.
You think so. And behind it is a cloud of tentacles. So as it's running away, tentacles are cresting, coming out of the ground and reaching for it. It is running away from something under the ground that's trying to pull it down and eat it.
Tremors.
No!
It's also very likely this is the last time you saw it. It was part of a family group.
Right.
It is now alone.
Oh.
Oh, well, see, that's immediately going to get Whip. You know, Whip. Seeing a little thing on its own.
Torg,
Is there...
tell Whip, you must understand. Torg helped birth those rippers. Those are like Torg.
There's a big squid coming.
There's a squid. There's a tentacle. Yeah, we need to act.
We need to save Torg, baby ripper.
Has anybody got anything that explodes?
It's been a very emotional session for poor Torg.
Yeah.
It's been all over the map.
Anybody got anything that explodes or burns?
Oh.
Do I still have a grenade?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
Torg, just remember, Torg have grenades.
I like the idea that you pull it out of a bag or something. Because the reaction, I think, would be identical to Jen's. Like, wait, hang on. And pulls out a grenade.
And Whip is going to chuck it. Going to chuck that grenade at the wiggling tentacles.
You hand it over, yeah?
Oh, yes.
I'm not even going to make you roll because your whole thing is throwing. So if you can't manage to throw a grenade, actually, roll because it could be extra good. So I'm going to make a throw test.
Everyone? Or wait, no.
No, just.
Oh, okay.
Just Whip. Ooh, wow.
A lot of fiving.
Whoa!
Roll 6 dice for me.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay, so there's a pause because he throws the grenade. There's no immediate, like it doesn't land and explode. It almost looks like he missed. There's a beat, and then there's a boom because it explodes just under the ground. All the tentacles suck back into the ground.
Whip, you did it!
I do like one thing really good. It's like one thing I can do really good.
Torg's so excited. Baby Ripper, come to Grandma Torg.
So when your hammer, everything's a nail, and when your whip, everything is.
If I can't throw something at it, I like everything's a catcher. I don't know.
Yeah, that
like like pulls a sword on Whip. He's completely befuddled.
So that thing walks up to you. So picture that thing in the picture. You can flash it again, Colt, but a little super deformed. So a little stubbier, kind of like Godzilla and Minya, where you had the chubby baby Godzilla. So and the head would be a little oversized, the eyes would be a little oversized. So it's not quite cute because it's actually kind of awful.
Yes, it is.
It wanders, still a little hesitant and a little nervous, up to Torg, who it clearly recognizes.
Hey, Erik.
Yeah.
Erik.
Yeah.
Is that thing gonna kill Torg?
Nope. Watch what happens next.
Okay.
It's Torg. It's Grandma Torg. What happened? Come to me. Come to Torg. Come to Torg.
It waddles
Torg
up, does not hug Torg, but hides between their legs.
Oh.
It kind of curls up like that's a safe place. And these things, when they curl up, and this is what you saw before that other one gave birth, they kind of armadillo a little. They become like an armored ball, like a pill bug.
Mm-hmm.
So
We
it's
did a bunch of
awful
shit,
to
man.
everybody but Torg.
Oh, you see how cute he is? This is Torg's favorite. This is Torg grandbaby. Although Torg very worried because Torg no, baby Rip should not be lone. Torg very, very worried is why there's only one lone Rip.
Hey, Percy, can you like scan the area? Does that work? Is that something that works?
Yeah, there's nothing. If there's any more of these, you don't see.
Yeah, I don't see anything. I mean, you have to look around for me, and where you look, I can kind of scan around, but I don't.
You scan it, and the reading comes up labeled orphan.
Okay, that's cruel. Come on, Percival.
It's what came up. I don't choose it. It's part of the programming. I can change it. You want me to change it?
No. Bad news, Torg.
No.
Yeah. Kinda seems like maybe Baby Rip is all alone.
No. No. Torg. No. Torg steals themselves because Torg does not want Baby Rip to see Torg fall to pieces. So Torg steals themselves. Torg stands up straight and Torg says, "No. Baby Rip not orphan. Baby Rip have Torg mom."
Okay.
And then
Then Torg disappears.
Yeah.
and Torg refuses to part with Baby Rip.
This one ain't on me, folks. This is on Erik and Divine. Y'all gonna have to make that call.
Does someone want to explain this to Whip?
So yeah, can we explain in a montage while we're walking somewhere else?
Please do.
Yeah. So
And by the way, so I take the little armadillo Rip ball. Torg takes them and gently tucks them into one of the folds in their leather jacket.
So it
to
wants
keep
to
it safe.
climb under your jacket on your back.
Yes.
So
Perfect.
it'll end up, it's got its hands when it's this age is a little like sloth hooks. So it just kind of goes over your shoulders and hangs back there.
Oh, so
It also breathes out of holes in its back. So her leather jacket just kind of does this rhythmically.
Tenting out.
Yeah.
Okay.
we've seen a bunch of shit, Whip.
Yeah, no, picking up on that. Yep. Yeah, it's fine. You know what? It's fine. I'm not worried about it.
Whip.
I wouldn't worry too much.
Torg just wants you to know you should not be worried or scared of Torg, Baby Rip, because Torg helped birth these Rips. So this Rip, good Rip. No need to be scared of Rip. This is Torg, Baby Rip now.
Okay. Listen, you're my best Torg. I'm not worried about it.
I like the delivery. Okay.
Up that's
ahead.
not so much in Whip's character, so much as that's something I say when met with troubling information.
Okay, good now. Okay.
Sounds great.
Up ahead is the Wed and Sip drive-through chapel.
Oh, Whip.
Torg.
Whip.
Torg.
Is this where we go? Is this where future wife be?
Well, God willing and the creek don't rise, she'll be here. And how do I look?
Oh, Torg, think you look very terrified but handsome.
That's what I was going for, I guess. Well, let's go. Love waits for no man.
As you approach, out of the building comes a very tall, very gaunt fellow. He's wearing a very kind of anime coat that's got a lot of the kind of pseudo-military accents to it. He has his arm around a gator man in pastor's vestments.
Just to be clear, neither one of them is Andre. Just, I know you all haven't met her yet. Just want to make it clear, neither one of them is Andre. Okay.
So the big tall guy has a partial helmet. He seems, despite the fact he's got a coat over it, to have partial plasteel armor. Very rare, very expensive. You have heard of him. This is Boone. Boone is an adjuster.
This is Boone, everybody. He's an adjuster.
Oh, good.
And that's Pastor Craig. You're aware of Pastor Craig.
And that's Pastor Craig. He's a pastor.
And Pastor Craig, when you say Gator Man, he's like got the head of an alligator?
He's partially gator, so he's a little more like the character in Another old guy reference. It's about a guy that was gradually surgically turned into a snake.
I got you.
So he's partially scaly.
He's like a guard from the Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of Star Wars characters that were like that. Spear carriers, I think in this episode 5. But the gaunt guy...
No, I'm not a nerd.
Really? The internet has another opinion, Travis.
I've got news. Sad news.
What have you heard?
I heard the sexiest man alive buzz, but it's been a hard year. So he's got a blade to the throat of the pastor.
Hey, Boone.
Yes, Mr. Crackshot.
What you doing, buddy?
You've become a problem, my friend.
Yeah. But Pastor Craig ain't a problem.
He doesn't have to be a problem.
Okay.
Let's start by you all put down your weapons. How about that?
Well, how about we put down our weapons at the same time that you let Pastor Craig go?
You're not going to make the unfortunate assumption that I'm alone, are you?
I mean, not now.
Hey, look around a bunch.
Yeah, thanks, Percy.
There are 3 shooters with rifles in concealed positions.
Well, see, now here's the thing, Boone. I don't know what you were going for there, but that made it less likely we're going to put our weapons down now, didn't it? You know what I mean? That really wasn't a convincing argument, was it? Listen, Pastor Craig, I'm sorry, you're great, but...
This show is mostly for your companions.
Okay, well, I don't know them all that long, but I'm willing to bet they also don't want to get shot.
Well, that's my point. If they either put down their weapons and stand away or just walk away, all I've been hired to do is to eliminate you.
Oh.
No. Don't let him do that.
Just, Percy, be cool for like...
Which you now are saying out loud to the speaker on your lapel. Yeah.
So they can just like walk away?
Yeah.
They'll be fine?
We have no contract or history with them.
Okay. And I'm like looking at Navad, like, just put down your weapons. Just put down your weapons.
So does anyone not put down weapons? And you all
catch
the pointed look, by the way.
What?
You all caught the pointed look to Navad.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Torg will happily. Torg makes big production, as we all know. Torg, very bad faker. And Torg goes, oh, yes. Torg gonna put down only weapon Torg has. And sit down.
The Torg oversells everything.
Yeah.
You never right.
I too only have a dagger.
Yeah.
But I kind of have picked up what is being put down by Mr. Whip Crackshot, and I'm also going to take. That's all I'm going to put down is my dagger.
Okay.
I got a stabber. Yeah,
it's probably not as obvious. You're probably fine. Erik, your weapon is the most obvious.
Yeah. Can I rack her on the back harness and put my hands up?
You can try it.
I'm going to do that.
Okay. No pushback at this point. Are you gradually moving away like they asked?
Yeah, y'all move away, and I want to see you let go of Pastor Craig there, okay? He's a good dude.
When they're farther and you're closer, I'm happy to do it.
Well, when you've let him go more, no, it's fine. Yeah, we don't have to do this dance. Yeah, okay. Tell you what, how about I switch places with him? How's that sound?
Do you want me to say anything to the girl?
Pardon?
Do you have a message for her?
Do you know where she is?
Hasn't arrived yet. Hopefully our business will be done. I just want to know. She'll be expecting you, and it seems the least courtesy I could do was deliver a message from you.
Can you give her this? And I pull out a wedding ring. And it has like a big old rock on it.
And again, you don't need to make insight checks. He seems earnest.
I flick it at his eye.
Make a throw roll with a 2-die bonus, please.
Yeah, you do.
No, 3-die bonus. There's no way he expected that.
Okay, so that's 10d6.
Oh my
It's
god.
all the dice.
We're gonna break the tray.
No, only 1 6. All right,
Oh my
so
God.
go ahead and roll
Got a bunch of fun.
Wow.
roll your 3 dice of damage.
Wow.
This Boone's pretty good.
Ooh.
That's going to be reroll the 6.
It has to explode.
We haven't gotten any explosions yet. Okay, you do 6 points to him, and he will get a cinematic pullback, a little bit of blood from the eye. With 6 points, you don't take out the eye, but he's certainly taking damage.
I just wanted a moment. I'm just trying to buy a moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. What would Eric's response be?
He would draw Karen quickly
Okay.
and shoot at the closest.
Okay, they're all at far.
Well,
So
that's
they're
where
in the-
that's where I live, baby.
Well, they're
So
in-
I can.
Yeah, you look, and they're in the positions you would have taken.
So do I get 2 shots if I want them?
They're far enough spread that could be against the same guy.
No, I'll just take 1 shot then.
You want to make sure you hit him?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Ooh. 2 near misses or 2 near hits.
Okay, so that's going to be partial success. Roll your damage. It's still going to do something. It's going to do half. Ooh. Okay.
Not good.
Got light armor, so that's going to be that many points. Okay. Okay. Torg, what are you going to do?
Torg, since Torg laid down
Yep.
their hammer, but Torg still has the crossbow,
You absolutely do.
right? Okay, yeah. So Torg's gonna pull out the crossbow and then go immediately for the next sniper, essentially.
Okay, go ahead.
The one that Erik didn't
So this is at the 3rd range. So just go ahead and roll your dice, and I will calculate that shite for you.
Okay. Where's mine? There it is. Okay. Pop, pop, pop. Oh, sorry. Wrong window. Nope, there we go. Okay. Give me that die.
Oh my god.
Ooh, Torg.
Oh,
Not good.
wow.
I'm going to say that cinematically, the only excuse for that is you're too concerned about the baby on your back. So it turns out that throws off your aim.
It has to be. What
you
the
know, yeah.
fuck?
Lord Almighty.
Yikes.
So, yeah, that's
the
not
worst
good.
roll I've ever done.
Wait a minute. Don't we have good karma?
I was not using karma, but if you want to, we can go ahead and invoke it and start it good. Do you want to?
It's up to Jen.
Kinda. That was
What?
a shit
All right,
roll.
go ahead and re-roll, which means I now have bad karma.
Oh.
All right.
So, Travis, it's either good or bad karma. And when it's bad, I get to use it to mess with you. When it's good, you can use it for rerolls, but it flips the karma back bad.
Okay. How do we get it to good again?
I have to expend the bad karma.
Hey!
You got one.
1 6.
There we go. Oh, it's still not great.
No, it isn't.
1, 2, 3, 4. Reroll the 6. You maybe could pull this out. Wow, that is the most not reroll. Wow. No. All right. Well, there's more damage anyway. All right. So your secret weapon is Nevada.
I want to jump. Can I jump order real quick?
Yes, it would be into the next round because you've acted this round, but you can.
So as soon as I flicked the ring, I started running, and I want to try to tackle Craig away.
Okay, that's fair. Just give me a reaction save.
Okay, not bad. For Craig. Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. So that means he's not all the way clear, but you pulled him. So you're playing like you're scuffling over the passer.
Yeah.
He's not totally way clear at this point. Navad, I'm going to invoke the negative karma.
Okay.
Flips back. Well, that's too much. Let's make it just
too positive.
Yeah, how about
there we go.
That's plenty positive. You become aware, lurking back in the back of your mind, since you became aware of its existence, is the dark door.
Okay.
If you wanted to, you could trigger that and go all flame skulled and see if you get it to work. But you would have opened the door of the damned. You became aware of it since Merlin started talking about it. Do you want to use it to make an intimidate roll and become all flaming scary? Do you want to do something else?
It's kind of I'm getting a little tingly.
Yep. Yeah, you can feel that it's there if you want to go down that road.
I mean, I'm gonna tap into it. I literally have nothing else to do at this point.
So
find your own asshole, Navad.
Roll your intimidate dice, please.
Okay, hold on.
In this particular case, because what's happening, they will also be inflicting damage.
Okay, so I'm intimidate of 6. Okay, 1 second.
So that is, relatively speaking, as much as the grenade that was thrown.
Okay, let me roll my intimidate dice.
Oh.
Reroll the exploders for me.
Okay, reroll the exploder, so I got to roll 2.
8, 10, 12, yeah.
Okay.
No explodes. 12 points. You did that many points before. So, describe the scary version of Navad's transformation.
Okay, so before he would like his head would like get kind of like this kind of kawaii skeleton flaming ghost rider kind of thing, like a little bit, I guess, like the little guy from Undertale or something like that, you know, little cute, hey, I'm gonna go. So I guess something about this triggers me and makes me really angry, and as I'm doing this, like I get kind of this sort of blue eldritch juju all over me, and my skull goes into this form and it starts to grow antlers, and I start to get the kind of like what's the monster that has that form, like the skull with the antlers on it?
Baphomet?
What? Not Baphomet. There's some kind of folk. No, there's like some kind of folk monster that has this kind of thing. Anyway, it's very.
Yeah,
it's very. I'm gonna look it up. It's very stag-like, and it's got like it also has a third eye in the skull too.
Oh,
Boone
yeah.
Screams loud enough that his voice catches. He sags to his knees.
Ooh.
So out of rounds, the camera would close. We'd see one of the snipers look down, and you don't hear this, but because we're looking at him, we hear him go, "Fuck this," and he ships his gun and just pulls back. So party, the snipers have fucked off. Boone is on his knees, staring, not seeming to comprehend what's going on. What do you do? Whip, you have the passer.
Oh, so we're safe?
You pull him away.
And Boone is like down?
Boone is on his knees. He seems to have like slipped he's just gone.
Can Torg run over and like hold Boone down to make sure that like Boone
he just goes with it, like he's gone uncomprehending.
Okay. Good job, everybody. And I turn and see Navad. Holy shit!
Whoa!
I looked it up real quick. It's a Wendigo.
Wendigo.
Wendigo. Yeah.
Wendigo. Holy shit, Navad.
I'm going to cut there. I think holy shit, Navad, and a full-on shot of the Wendigo flaming skull head is the definitely the out. Okay, so
it's your wedding night.
Stag night. It's a stag party, you guys.
Nice. Nice. All right, so that's our game for today. Travis will be back with us next week. We have another guest who will be playing a character that you can probably guess who he's going to be playing. But, it's a mystery. We don't know,
Well, we know who the guest is. You guys announced that is Christina Ariel. She's going to be here. She's great.
Well, she's playing the partner. So, she'll be terrific. So thanks for coming. It was great having you. Look forward to seeing you after this. So who was going to do credits today?
Jen, do you have the doc?
I do.
Sweet.
Did you get Brett in there?
Yep.
Okay,
It's
and
all in
also,
there, man.
I'm gonna do what I'm not gonna do often, otherwise it becomes a habit you always have to do. But happy birthday to my friend Tanya, because I know she's watching, and I know she was watching because of you, Travis.
Oh, me?
That's
Describe
awesome.
your appearance
Hi.
as a birthday present.
Happy birthday. What was your name?
Tanya.
Tanya, happy birthday. I'm only here because of you, too.
Well, if you dropped it a half octave,
I'm
that
here
was
for.
super special.
I'm here to have fun, but also Jen and I went to college together, so that's also great.
All right, so credits, and then we're out. We'll see you soon.
All right. We would like to thank, as always, our moderator, Qui-Gon Jinn, and of course, Andreas Fabius for our opening audio, our chronicler, Brett Grimstad, and as always, our technical director, Colt Joyce.
Cool.
Big thanks to my college buddy, Travis McElroy, for
Yay.
being our guest. And be sure to join us next week for part 2 with Travis and also our other special guest, Christina Real. Until next time, we'll see you in the wasteland.